So you know it's so harsh. This the fucked up feeling that I feel crazy about. I miss it. I'm dumb as that. I miss it. I miss having. Yo, you
That's
really
the
got me.
Scary part. That's the scary part.
Yeah, this is
Because
why
there's a side, and this is why I say it was almost psychotic when niggas said couldn't talk about it if I ain't live it.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, you know what I talk about? Oh, I got stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
This hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard. Told Jim I need a bomb I could drop on you niggas. Bad boy, I'm never gonna stop for you niggas. I don't give a fuck who you got is the illest. I solidify my spot with gorillas. Now I'm rock with you niggas.
All right, we back. My Expert Opinion, episode 89. 89. Getting close to that 100th episode. Do remember the 100th episode will be live. So anybody interested in that, hit my Expert Opinion podcast at gmail.com just to figure out, you know, how we doing it and how to cop tickets early. Of course, we got my man. Oh, wait. How did I almost forget?
Come on.
I'm wildin'.
All the beards in here.
You can't forget about King Shaving, nigga. Like, you see my shit shining? King Shaving Company. Go to kingshavingproducts.com. Get again, the King Seduction is my favorite. But the King's Elixir is dope too. You got the beard, bro. Try that out.
Well, good
You
looking.
said you married. I
Yeah.
give you this shit.
Good looking.
It's gonna be problems in the household. You know what I mean? kingshavingproducts.com. Pick this up. Promo code Hoffa again. We're gonna have a good one tonight. I can tell. I love when there's love in the room. It's great. Of course, I got my man Mech in the building.
Salute.
Mr. Mech, you know what I mean? He be getting a lot of hate mail.
Yeah.
I got a little bit of it. Somebody was like threatening, like, yo, it's Mr. Mech guy. I'm gonna come see him. I sent him my demo. He told me I was trash. Like, what's up with that, bro? Like,
He was probably trash.
we'll talk about that later. I got my man Power in the building. 906, well, not no more.
Yeah, it's still 906 Music.
906 Music.
Yeah, you got Burgers, Tacos, Wings, Merrick Boulevard in Queens, 110 Merrick.
Entrepreneurship.
Yes, sir. Soon to open 141st in Frederick Douglass, vegan spot.
He's also had his hand in a lot of legendary situations that came out of Queens, so we're gonna get to that too. Splat Murder! Gat Murder in the building. Gats and Roses coming soon. I can't wait to hear the project. Y'all got my man Schemes. Yo, Schemes, where you at, bro? How is niggas not seeing you right now, bro? That shit is crazy.
I'm in his way.
Just come up and wave, my niggas. I know like all the Brooklyn Way fans want to see you. Just stand up and wave real quick, bro.
You already know, Schemes in the building.
Cousin Schemes in the building. Shout out everybody. Moody, of course. Boom, boom. Family got Banger back. He'll be back because we got to continue a conversation about some crazy shit. And I got a legend, my man. You probably heard him on a lot of Mobb Deep projects back in the days. He's a gorilla when it comes to the bars. And if you're looking for something to relate it to, there was Sean Price and his Illa G. He has Vocabulary. Hercules is out right now. Go check that out. My man Illa G's in the building. And another legend, yo. My name's Shea Davis and my gun go blank. Nigga, listen. If you was anywhere near a DVD in the early 2000s, there's no way that you don't know who this is. There's no way. You know what I mean? Queens legend, we got Shea Davis in the building. Wait. Shay, where you been, man?
You know what I mean?
What you been up to, bro?
Behind the scenes, you know what I mean?
Behind the
Behind
scenes.
the scenes.
What's been up, man?
Same old grind, you know what I mean? Right now I'm trying to shift over to these movies right now, so trying to drop these movies, get into movie production. You know what I'm saying? So a little bit of acting in it too, so.
I think that's perfect for you because a lot of people, don't take this the wrong way, but a lot of people love your character. Back in the days when they saw you on those DVDs. It was a different type of time. If you, like I said, if you was anywhere near DVD, you know who Shea Davis is. Smackdvd era. During that time period, what was the temperature?
The temperature was good. We was just grinding, really. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like a normal grind. You know what I mean? We had the studio with power on them. Smack had the cameras, and we was just cooking up. You know what I'm saying? It was like a visual mixtape.
Right, and y'all kind of started together.
Yeah. No, definitely.
What was the beginning like? We talking Smack with no beard era.
Yeah, definitely. The beginning was like, you know what I mean? First he came to see me on the island when I was on the island.
Right.
I was fighting 30 years, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, he came to see me, him and Money Mel. They pulled up on me and was like, yo, you know what I mean? Yo, I'm doing the DVDs. When you come home, if you beat trial, you know what I mean? Try to jump on my joint and you know what I mean? We get some shit cooking.
What was the trial for?
A few things, you know what I mean? Robberies and this and that, stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Co-defendants told on me, he took the stand on me and all that. You know what I mean? He tried to give both of us 10 years. You know what I mean? My co-defendant took the stand for like 7. You know what I'm saying? I wanted to go over the trial. I told him to go to trial with me.
Right.
He didn't want to go to trial with me, you know what I mean? So I beat it. They said not guilty on all charges. So I beat the whole, first it was they was gonna give me 25 to life. You know what I mean? But then, you know what I mean, I stalled in the courtroom. You know what I mean? I told the judge, yo, hold up, I might take the 10. You know what I'm saying? Then he said, yo, 5 minutes. Then he said, yo, at least for that 5 minutes, I'm gonna give you an extra 5, so it's gonna be 30. You know what I mean? 30 if you lose trial.
That's crazy.
So I said, yo, fuck it, let's go all the way. You know what I'm saying?
There's 2 trials too. Remember the first was a mistrial.
Yeah, my first one was a mistrial.
Yeah.
Like the jurors ain't know what to decide if they, you know what I mean, guilty or not. It was a mistrial. You know what I mean? Eventually I went all the way, you know what I'm saying? And I beat the joint. I beat the trial, beat the whole trial. Came home, my co-defendant, he snitched, took the stand on me and all that, but he still wound up doing 10 years.
Wow.
Then, you know what I mean? Like I said, Smack came to see me on the visit. It was like, yo, what's good, man? Yo, we doing this joint. Yo, come home, you know what I mean? You beat this up. Come home, come fuck with me. So when I got home, probably like a month, I think he heard my joints, the power joint, S&M, you know what I mean? S&M, or he went to the studio and must have heard some shit.
Right.
Or whatever, and I think, right, something like that.
Yeah.
And he was like, yo, I fuck with, you know what I mean? Yo, we fucking with that. Then he came to see me, then from there, you know what I'm saying? Then, I came home, like 3 months later, I called him, yo, what's good? So with that Smack, we did the first video, the Laws These Days joint.
Right.
I did it in the Bronx, and you know what I mean, Patterson Projects and Hellbound, and Mitchell's Project. Shout out to my boy Hellbound, Is and Justin them too. Rest in peace, Party Artie. They was all in the video.
Yeah, rest in peace, Party Artie.
Rest in peace, Party.
I still give Party Artie the win over that situation with Mook.
Yeah, it's good.
You saying some shit. I'm just saying.
Yeah,
you saying some shit.
Whoa.
But from that time, like you was on every DVD after that.
Yeah.
Like Shea Davis just popping up in between like some of the most famous rappers at that time. What beating the trial and then going into that, I know it's like there's a mentality of yo, I gotta get it. I got out of this situation, you know what I mean? There's a blessing in front of me. Now, I know a lot of people like, yo, yeah, Shay, I remember this. Right now, motherfuckers' minds is racing. They like, I remember all that shit. What caused the end of it?
But the end of the DVD era?
Yeah, not the end of the DVD era, but just us not seeing you no more.
You know what I mean? Really, I was so used to doing it, you know what I mean? The visuals with Smack and all that. So he stopped the whole wave of just doing the videos and just went straight to battles.
Right.
And started doing the battles on stages. So after that, I started my own little DVD called the Blam DVD.
Blam, yeah.
I started cooking it up, but you know what I mean? I left that alone. And like I said, I'm trying to get into the movies. So I just really just been behind the scenes, just cooking up other stuff, you know what I mean?
Do people still stop you to this day?
Yeah, I was just outside and went to the restaurant. Everybody going crazy. Yeah, they going crazy. Yeah, but a lot of love everywhere.
Right.
A lot of love.
So what happened in between that time period?
So in that time period, I still been doing videos and stuff like that for
Right.
World Star, you know what I mean? Doing that. You know what I mean? Had a little movie series we did, To Death Do Me Part. You know what I mean? It was called The Death Do Me Part, a movie series, like a mini series, videos and movies.
It's called.
To Death Do Me Part.
Oh, like the.
Yeah, but that was before that. That was like, this is
Right.
like
It was a
10
spin-off for that Bland video.
It was a spin-off for the Bland,
We
the Gun
did
Go
the
Bland
Shea
video.
Davis Guns Go Bland video. We shot that in 40 projects.
Right.
And
Yeah.
To Death Do Me Part was like a spin-off, like what happens after that. You know what I mean? So we were probably the first ones that was putting like a story, a concept in the videos and then actually producing, you know, not documentary, but, you know, full-length movies or we did two of them, right? Definitely
Yeah, we
part
did like
one
two of
and
them.
two.
We was on part two. You know what I'm saying? Like an hour. Each one is like an hour long. Yeah.
Did y'all shop them?
Yeah, we was selling them out the trunk back then. It was like that was like 05 to like 011. You know what I'm
That
saying?
DVD money back then was.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
different.
we was out there. Online, we was selling them, of course, online, and then out the trunk, we was going heavy.
Arliss Michaels was here, and I know
That's my boy.
he came up
Yeah.
off of that era.
Yeah.
Like there was a lot of people, even Sean Bigger, there he is now pulling up. But he definitely had his hand in that too. But I think what people want to know is like, what made you stop?
Yeah. Yeah, I never stopped. I just ain't go as hard as, you know what I mean? As I was going before. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I got tired of doing the same old joints right there, so I just like, you know what I mean, took a break. Started raising my kids. You know, I got 4 teenagers. You know what I'm saying? So I started raising them, you know what I mean? Just focus on investments. Doing a lot of investments. I got a couple properties, you know what I'm saying? Been focused on that and really just trying to get this production with this movie stuff popping.
All right.
I mean, trying to get under the right umbrella and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? Stuff
What
like that.
teenagers? What's that like?
Yeah, that's crazy. You know what I mean? It's crazy. Time go fast. You never know where the time go. But you know what I mean? I got 2 boys, 2 girls. You know what I mean?
How many people got kids in this room? Yo, Gap, we still waiting on you, bro. We still waiting on you, man.
I hear you. Tied them up.
Yo, this past weekend, I took the kids to Six Flags.
Oh, that's what's up.
You know what I mean? Mob
what's
deep
up.
in the truck. 8 of us.
Yeah, that's what's up. See? 8 of y'all.
Yeah.
Damn.
You know, I got 5. One was missing, and my girl got 2. So we was all
Damn,
crazy.
that's what's up.
When I'm riding in the truck, she wants to play my music. My girl wants to play my music. I'm nervous because of the kids. Like, do your kids listen to your music?
I don't know. They probably do. You know what I mean? They be listening to all the other dudes, Polo G and all them. So I'm pretty sure they listen to my joints like that. My daughter be, you know what I mean, listening to. She be more tuned. That's my youngest. You know, the youngest is like the oldest these days. So she be listening to a lot of my stuff.
They learn from everybody else.
Yeah. Like this interview, they gonna catch it and watch it and stuff like that. But you know.
What do you think of the new generation? And this is a question for everybody.
Yeah.
The new generation of artists, like coming from that era. And I'm sure you had a lot of influence on a lot of people because that was the aura. It was like, it's Shea Davis. Like, you know what I mean? You was doing videos in different projects, 150 niggas in the, yo, you know what I mean? Everybody throwing it up.
Yeah.
What do you feel? Do you look at this era and be like, yo, I was a part of that getting to this?
Yeah, definitely. Like you said, it was like, you know what I mean? We're gonna do a movie about that eventually too. You know what I'm saying? But it was like we was running around, I was the artist, Smack was the camera. You know what I mean? And he was the only one, he was going through niggas' windows and niggas' studio windows to try to get footage, going through Jarrell's and them, yo, knocking on their window. You know what I mean? He was going hard. So he was filming me and we was the only ones outside that I really seen like that. And then he came Sub-Zero, then the Cocaine City. But at one point it was just me and Smack and just a bunch of niggas just shooting the video. So I wasn't looking at it like it was nothing really.
Right.
And then as years go by, you started seeing more people doing it. And then these are low budget videos. This ain't, you know what I mean? This is no budget really.
Right.
You know what I mean? You know, it costs $1 million to do a video. We doing a video with $0.
But this is what I'm saying. Like, you think about Bobby Smurda, hot nigga.
Yeah.
That looks like a Shea Davis video. You think about it.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So like when you see this new generation, the influence, especially when it comes to like the gang culture, you feel like you played a role in that?
In the gang culture?
Yeah.
Maybe. You know what I'm saying?
How do you feel about where it's at now?
With the gang culture?
Yeah.
I mean, right now it's crazy. Gang culture is like everybody's in the gang. You know what I mean? I started my little thing, OTF, only the family. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? That's like a gang now too. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people repping it from here to London to Canada to everywhere. Like, we started that, nobody, you know what I mean? It was just really, I mean, it's not a blood gang, but it was similar. You know what I'm saying? So it's like everybody got a crew now. So it's like the gang shit is just it's big now. Everybody's in the gang really now.
Because I feel like artists, there's a lot of artists now that feel like they need to be in one, to be an artist. This is where Illa G's about to chime in. How do you feel about the new generation?
They're all about energy. The whole thing is just energy. I can see they trying to get better with the lyrics and trying to spit more, and you know that comes from stuff y'all do with the battle culture and everything. But I don't think lyrics really went anywhere. They're trying to get there, but mainly they just shit is just straight energy. They just want to just let loose and say shit and jump around. That's what I see.
Well, for me, I feel like, where exactly do we go from here? Because I feel like what's going on as far as like the culture, the influence, I look back at certain things. Like I said, I'd be nervous about my kids hearing certain things because I feel like I don't want it to affect them negatively. Now, looking back, motherfuckers was doing what they knew to do. You know what I mean? Like this was the route. This is the route we was running. This is how it was in the streets. I feel like things are a lot different now. Like a lot of these kids are still trying to run the same game that was being run back then. But, you know, all the people involved as far as like the feds, the cops, everybody, like they upgraded their game. But this shit never upgraded. You feel what I'm saying?
You gotta watch what you're saying in these rhymes now. You know what I'm saying?
Facts.
That's why I be cautious too now of saying certain stuff and all that. I don't be too fast to be putting out too many bars because you say the wrong bars, they use that against you in court and all type of stuff. So it's like, you know what I mean? It's crazy.
Like Casanova, locked down right now.
Yeah. And they're using his words against him. So it's like, you gotta be careful. Back then, we was throwing guns and all that in the video.
Facts.
And we, you know what I mean, we got away with it. So it's like, you know what I'm saying? Now you do it, they might use that against you in court. Like, you know what I mean?
They did it back then. Remember Sandman and them? Remember Sandman? Rest in peace, Sandman. Yeah, it was still a bunch of guns. A lot of people got caught up behind that. Like, they started thinking that was like the way to go. Like that was like, you know, cameras come out, let me pull my guns out.
Yeah, it was. I mean,
we would put a disclaimer at the beginning of the video.
I was doing the same shit, bro. You know what I mean? My first Smackdvd video, yo, son, bring out the big joints, son. Yo, no, we got it. You know what I mean? But that wasn't the.
That wasn't,
you know what I mean?
I remember, my bad. I remember OG told me like years ago, like I rhymed with cannabis in Cyprus, and I was saying every street shit possible. Everything, and he pulled me to one of my cousin people pulled me to the side. I was like, "Yo, you're gonna get somebody killed." So that's why for a long time I would just keep it lyrical. I would never say the street shit because of that conversation. He was like, "Son, you're getting somebody killed." Like the shit you saying, like all the street jewels. You know what I'm saying? Like I was going too far.
Attention is the new currency. That's always going to be the problem. When attention outweighs money, respect, dignity, et cetera, when everybody just wants attention, of course you're going to say all the reckless shit that bring all the eyes to you and do all the reckless shit that bring all the eyes to you. And it doesn't matter what it costs you. That's the problem. Like that's when we talk about the younger generation and what the issue is. It was one thing when you was trying to be the illest and when you was trying to make a name for yourself and when you didn't have talent to fall back on. They don't have talent to fall back on like that. So now it's just all about attention. And most of them don't even really want to be artists. They don't want to be entertainers. They just want to be famous. They just want the attention. So anything for the attention. And if they get the attention, then whatever they did to get it was justified. Tekashi 6ix9ine. Any kind of shit they do that brings attention to them is justified. It makes sense. He getting money, I can't hate. That's the scapegoat.
Right.
I can't hate because he getting his money. But look at what he gave up for it.
Yeah, is that a thing? Can you hate even though they getting money? Or is hate the word?
I mean, that depends what you're talking about. Hate, like.
But they're gonna call it hate, G.
Because
They gonna
sometimes
call it
if you
that.
don't like something, they call you a hater.
They gonna call it
I
that.
made a song about that. Like, yo, if just because I like it, you call me a hater. Well, fuck it, then call me a hater then. Because if I don't like it, I don't like it.
Right.
And that, it don't matter if it's not hating on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I may not dig the way you're doing, but get money. I love to see black people get money.
Right.
It don't mean I agree how you get it.
Yeah, you
But
don't gotta-
if I don't like the song, I don't like the rhyme, that's it. I'm not hating on you. I still want to see you shine. I just don't like what you
They take
what you
that
say.
personal though.
Yeah, everybody's so fucking sensitive now.
right? Yeah. Oh no, you talking, you preaching to the choir. I don't give a fuck when they take it personal. Right, but the fact is, any critique I've ever given to anybody over their music, it's why I don't listen to my friends' music. I don't. If I like you, with the exception of math. Like, with the exception of certain people in my circle. But God forbid I come across a bad song or a song that I'm not really telling somebody who you cool with, this ain't it. If they not built like that, me and him talk. Me and him talk for hours. He knows if there's a song that he got that I don't think is it, my thing isn't always it's trash. I put my consultant hat on. I say, yo, I would change this. I would change this. You might want to, you know what I'm saying, tweak this, and then I think we good money.
Right.
But most people never make it past that expression right there. They don't make it past that. It instantly becomes an issue.
But like you said,
Of course it is.
So corny, like you in this kind of industry or business, everybody want in this industry, right? There's no way that everything you do is gonna be hot or fire. So you hear no, you get mad, you get discouraged, you want to fight you down, you want to be a hater. That's it's crazy to me, like.
well, I feel like there's a big difference between now, the music being made now, and the music being made before. Like, people were intrigued with Shea, Illa, whoever it was. I felt like, to quote Jay-Z, couldn't talk about it if I ain't live it. That was important. That was real important.
Yeah, I was caught up in that a long time ago. I used to find out rappers. I was like, oh, son is a bitch. Wow. I was like, damn. I didn't expect son to be a bitch. This
Right.
nigga talk all this reckless shit, or wind up knowing somebody in their hood that they're scared of, or whose gangster is like,
Word.
really? I was like, it hurt my feelings sometimes. Certain artists you fuck with, you
Like who?
No.
Yo, look, they gonna be in the comments like, who, Math? Why you ain't asked who he was talking about? So I gotta, you know what I mean? But that was it was intriguing.
Yeah.
Though it's psychotic when you really think about it.
Yeah, I mean,
That we were attracted to people who was actually doing the shit.
Well, you
and
thought
then,
they
hey,
were.
listen to this jingle about the crimes I committed. You know what I'm saying?
thought they were. You thought they were because you was proud of it because, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know my neighborhood. My neighborhood is like, my neighborhood ain't known for money.
Right.
We're known for shooting people.
Right.
And it's just like, but that's also our fault because we putting street mentality on people that doesn't live street life. And we think their rules apply to us when it don't. They're square, they're L7s, and you don't indulge a L7 to somebody in the street.
Right.
But we like, oh, this nigga said hammer, drugs, that nigga talking about us, like, yo, I fuck with you, and then you see it, you be like, oh.
But is that a wrong or right?
It shouldn't be that way.
All right.
Which part? Is it a wrong or a right? Which part?
Is it a wrong or a right that we're looking for that? Or is it a wrong or right that you should be that?
No, I don't think the street life is dangerous.
Right.
You shouldn't want to be in that life.
Like you think about somebody like Rondo number 9.
Mm-hmm.
Notorious. Did that make his music that much? Like, yo, he really did all this shit.
It's
Like, who
it's-
likes to order a book about somebody's life that's fiction, or a book is about somebody's life that's real?
It's the allure of it.
Uh-huh.
When the mentality was you couldn't talk about it if you ain't live it.
Mm-hmm.
The thing was that was a line invented to call out frauds, but that was a line invented to call out frauds in all aspects. If you claiming you rich and you really poor, if you claiming you in the street and you really not, if you claim you get a lot of girls and you a virgin, like any of those things, that was just to call out frauds. As long as you was living what you rapped about, nobody said you had to rap about the streets. There was plenty of people who are legends who did not rap street shit, who talked about what they lived every day, and we loved them for it. Rest in peace, Heavy D.
Rest in peace, Heavy D.
Nobody got mad at Heavy D when he rapped about bagging the baddest broads out, and when you found out that he actually got with Halle Berry, everybody was like, oh.
Right.
He rapped about being an overweight lover.
But
I'll
at the
be
same
damned.
time, Heavy D wasn't somebody you wanted to play with.
But that wasn't what he told you. That
Right.
wasn't what he rapped about. And that's not what we wanted from him anyway. We wanted dope rhymes and smooth ass beats and him to talk that shit. Same thing with Big Daddy Kane. Big Daddy Kane is from Brooklyn. Nobody thought that he was, the very first song we heard about him was Biz Markie telling everybody how he was rough with a Rasta hat and would fuck people up.
Right.
Now he's wearing Bally's and truck and silk suits, and we loved him for it. Nobody wanted to
Get
hear.
with Madonna.
I rest
See
my
how that
case.
works? See how that works?
If you was being, my whole thing was the authenticity. The difference between one era and the other era, in my opinion, is this era, that era, the era we talking about, we had hustlers who did what they did because they really didn't feel there were that many other options. So we went out and we got it however we could. It was hustler mentality. This era, from what you talk, just the conversations me and you have had, people who feel like they need to be in the gang in order to be artists, that's self-inflicted issues. We got people throwing themselves into the streets so they have something that they can rap about, so they can say they've been through something.
No, see what happens is, okay, back in the days, you had to be the guy that people knew for it. Now, with gang culture, once you associate yourself with the gang, you gain the notoriety of the gang. But look how that's kind of backfiring now.
I mean, it always backfired when you don't have the respect of the people around you. And that's the main thing. And that even happened in our era a lot of times. A lot of people would be, dudes wanted to, it really wasn't the artist, it was the people around the artist. And the artists couldn't control them. They didn't have that thing like, these dudes didn't see them fight, between guns and, put the work in for it. It was just like, that's, it starts off as you, my man, and then it turns to wolf. And it's just like, all right, well, you not feeding me. We need to catch a couple people or something. We not doing. And now people is thrown in shit that they didn't.
Yeah, NBA players at parties and all types of stuff is being crazy.
It shouldn't be in, because honestly, I would say Prodigy was a very smart dude, because it was a lot of shit I would have got him in. But he was like, no, don't do it.
Happy birthday to Prodigy, too.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Rest in peace and happy birthday. Rest in power. Salute. Break that down. What was that situation like?
I mean, there was a lot of things. I mean, shows, situations, like they didn't know about a lot of street things that was around them or be around, or you see, like, certainly, the tunnel was a different level.
Yeah.
And, if we got guns in the tunnel, somebody else got guns in the tunnel.
Facts.
You know what I'm saying? So
Right.
it was certain things I was like, yo, when we leave, somebody bump your car, keep driving. Either that or just jump out and shoot. If you're not ready for that, just keep driving. When we be out of town, don't let no girl spend the night. Get her the fuck out. Do what you do. If it's popping for you, go do it. But get her the fuck out of here. Don't let her use the phone. Don't let her do it. Get her the fuck out. And they used to be like, why? Like, nigga, are you crazy? You're not from here. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Automatically, we're like, they see us, you know what I'm saying? I don't give a fuck. That's one thing a lot of people made mistakes about. Just because you was out of town, niggas thought niggas was slow. Nigga, there's a live nigga everywhere you go. And you know what I'm saying? If the niggas see food and it's just like, look, y'all better be ready for this bullshit. Cause Queenie's son gonna make it home. And I don't give a fuck what I had to do to make it home. So just like, yo, I get it, the life, great life. That tour shit, different level.
Yeah.
Different level, but you still gotta be on point. You are not from there. You gotta realize a lot of New York dudes took a lot of niggas' girls. That shit still exists about New York shit, and that shit.
Motherfuckers still carrying that shit. Niggas still carrying that shit.
Different, so.
Because I mean, realistically, you always heard about like New Yorkers going out of town, but you never really heard about out of towners coming to New York to do anything. You know what I mean?
Not too much, no.
Like we were always like, oh, let's go set up shop over here. Let's go set up shop over here. And throughout those years, that motherfuckers is out of town. Like cousins is getting killed. You know what I mean? Brothers is getting laid down. Female cousins is getting pregnant and left behind. Motherfuckers go back to New York, left. You know what I mean? So there was a lot of animosity that built up throughout the years.
And we wasn't letting nobody in.
Yeah.
For a while, New York, we was on some bullshit. You couldn't be from nowhere. Jersey, we even had a hard time. We fucked with Philly more than we fucked with, you know what I'm saying?
Shout out to Philly.
Shout out to Philly. Too. But really, it was New York and Philly for a long time. And we was not welcoming at all. So you can't be mad when the South finally got their leg in and West got their leg in. They ran with it, as they should have.
But I'm proud of that because looking at them, again, if you look at it on a grand perspective, these are all black men getting money together.
Right.
So if you're in a position where you feel a way about that, you gotta look in the mirror and be like, yo, what's wrong with me? You feel what I'm saying? Because ultimately, that was the goal. I think people forget that we got other ops that's in control. You know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers start looking at the nigga across the street like, you don't like that nigga, man. Meanwhile, there's motherfuckers looking at the state like, yeah, I don't like these niggas. You know what I'm saying? They forget about that. So
we helped create that unity, though. The animosity he's talking about, that we fostered in all these other states, it became a us versus them mentality. It's one thing when it's me and you on the block and we don't like that dude from a block over.
Right.
Then here come a dude from a whole nother borough. Now all three of us, we don't like that dude from the other borough. Now here come a dude from another state. Now all of us, even the dude from the other borough, follow, who the fuck is this dude? LA, the South in general, looked at us. We became the people who galvanized them because all of a sudden it was them versus us. And because we was fuck you to everybody, they all was like, well, we ain't from there, we from here.
Right.
So fuck them. And now and we still fragmented in a lot of different ways.
But we always been an oddball even in history.
That's a fact.
Yeah, they used to call us tenderfoots because we used to wear shoes. And they, was to walk barefooted. Notice we the only ones that talk how we talk. From even when New York was New Amsterdam, we always talk different, we always move different. We're the oddball actuality.
And we so arrogant, we tell everybody else they got a Southern accent, even when they from California. We were like, you got a Southern accent. We have the accents. Yeah, no,
that was adopted. Well,
how was it adopted? But we had a gang culture here in the 70s.
no, we definitely did, but Bloods and Crips.
Yeah, Bloods and Crips,
That was,
yeah. I mean, somebody told me about that when I was locked up.
No,
Yeah,
but
the
we had gangs. We had
Right.
gangs.
We had
just didn't
crews.
no, in the 70s they were gangs.
It was definitely gangs.
Yeah,
It was
Tomahawks.
gangs. Yeah,
and-
Black
it was
Spades, et
gangs.
cetera,
Yeah.
et cetera. We had gangs.
Yeah, we had gangs. It was here, but
But
we
it-
just
it-
didn't have that on a different level as Blood and Crip.
Even our gangs were segmented. The gangs were the neighborhood. You know what I mean? It wasn't one color joining a bunch of different neighborhoods. The Black Spades were, the DSEPs were, the Lowlifes were. You know what I mean? Like everybody was from someplace.
No, Low Lives was all over the place.
Well, everybody eventually spread out. I met Deceps from the fucking, like, from Staten Island. Like, how the fuck are you a Decep in Staten Island? But, like, you know, everybody eventually spread out, but we knew them from being from certain places. Whereas Blood and Crip just kind of went across the country.
Yeah, do y'all remember when it came to New York City?
Well, I was in jail, and I heard, so the story I got, it was that the jail shit and Spanish niggas was tearing niggas up, and they was like, yo, we gotta do something to stop this shit. So the blood shit happened, and that's where, you know, it came from. I don't know how true it is, but that's the story I got of the blood shit here.
That gang shit, I don't know. I was locked up. How the gang shit was going on. You know what I'm saying?
So you saw it for the first time locked up?
Yeah, like when I went first with the Green Correctional Facility, they was calling it Latin Green. This is like 97. They was calling it like Latin Green, you know what I mean? Because Latin Kings.
Was running it.
Yeah, they was cutting whoever looked like a blood, they was cutting them up and sending them up out of there. So, you know, I'm coming from Caxsaki. Green is a medium correctional, everybody who got 7 years and under.
Right.
Caxsaki, that's a maximum. They got 7 years and up. So, you know, I'm 7 years to life. So I'm coming from Caxsaki to Green Correctional, you know what I'm saying? And I'm neutral. But, you know, man, I had the red sheets, you know what I mean? Braids, you know what I mean? Red sweatpants. As soon as I went to the jail, I was already a target. You know what I mean? Latin Kings was on my neck already. As soon as I got there, I was double bunked with the Latin King. So he had all the yellow tone soaps, bunch of yellow tone soaps and all that.
Really? Like that? It went that far with the yellow tone
Yeah,
soap?
yellow sheets, yellow blankets, yellow sheets, yellow tone soaps.
Yeah, it's like Rikers Island. The Bloods had the red chairs.
Yeah.
The day room, literally.
So they sizing me up, you know what I mean? They in there sizing me up. As soon as I got there, he was like, yo, cause I'm coming from Caxsaki, I got the braids, like, yo, you blood? I'm like, nah.
Shout out Uno B.
I'm saying? I'm like, nah, I'm neutral, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? I'm neutral, my nigga. Then right from there, once I seen that happen, I knew I had to get up out of there, you know what I mean?
They didn't believe you.
Yeah, they ain't believing it. And the word is, they cutting everybody, so they about to cut me. They cutting everybody who come there, you know what I mean, that look like a blood.
I was in a situation like that. I was on an island, man. I was in the house. I was on an island in the house, and a Spanish dude who I knew from East New York. Yeah. He pulled me to the bathroom. He said, "Dan, come in the bathroom." I went in the bathroom. Nigga told me, listen, they think you blood. They think you Crip. I had the purple ACGs on. He said they think you Crip, and they gonna get you. He said, I got one knife. I can't control all these niggas in here. Go to the bubble. Tell me he's gonna call a captain. He's gonna get out of here. I did just that.
Yeah, see?
Did that. Smart.
Yeah, so I said I got, you know what I mean? I did the same similar shit. I had to, you know what I mean, form up some shit. One day I woke up, I seen my two Brooklyn niggas, they was arguing with each other. I mean, they in there arguing with each other. I'm like, yo, chill, what y'all arguing for? That's saying about nothing, leave that shit alone. I mean, like, yo, whoa, all right, so they left that shit alone. So now, the Latin King nigga that kept asking me, you know what I mean? I love the Latin Kings and all that too. Believe me, I got family that's Latin King and all that. When I was in Caxsaki, they was holding me down. It was a couple I was holding them down. But this point right here, it was just, you know what I mean? So I'm like, yo, chill, y'all niggas fighting. So I get them up, me and the two dudes. I was like, yo, we gonna have to, you know what I mean? We gonna have to get up out of here. These niggas is scheming on niggas. So one day, you know what I mean? One of the Latin Kings, you know what I mean? The one when they sleep next to us, he had a bunch of food and all that. So, you know what I mean? And plus, we wasn't getting visits like that. You know what I mean? I don't got no family. My family died when I was young, when I was like 9 years old. So I wasn't getting no visits, none of that. You know what I mean? I got a long stretch. And I ain't got no visits. And I don't really got food like that. So I'm like, yo, these niggas got mad food in their locker. We're gonna have to, you know what I mean? We have to take these niggas food, you know what I mean? Cause up some shit to get up out of here. So they like, all right, we with it. So they got the laundry bag. Niggas got the laundry bag. You know what I mean? One night, you know what I mean? The lights go out at 10 o'clock at night in the dome. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Once the light went out, the police, he go out in the day room. He go to where the day room is at, the lights is still on, where they watch TV and sports. He out there, stay on for another hour. Everything shut at 11, but at 10, the dome lights go out. You know what I mean? We in old domes. So he like, yo, I'm gonna go out there to the day room. The police went out to the day room. That's when I was like, yo, we gotta press these niggas. So I asked one of the Latin King niggas, I said, yo, you got some food? Let me 2 soups on the juggle. You know what I mean? Next week I pay you back. On the juggle, mean you get a soup from them and they give you back 3 soups. You know what I mean? I get them back 3 soups, and you know what I mean, when we go to commissary. So he's like, all right, yo, you know what I mean? Nigga open up his locker, As soon as he opened his locker, you know what I mean, we started wrestling. I said, oh shit, this the fool. We started wrestling. I mean, my 2 Brooklyn niggas, they came. I mean, we popped up, I'm wrestling with the nigga, one of the niggas. You know what I mean? Knocked one of them up, boop, pink. You know what I mean? Put him to sleep, put him on the 30 bed real quick. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Then police still out there. He came in the dorm. Yo, what's going on? So we got low, boo boo. But you know what I mean? Now we hot. You know what I mean? Now the Latin Kings on my neck. You know what I mean? So we had to, you know what I mean? I'm staying up all night, 7 in the morning, staying up all night. I stood up all night. Next thing you know what I mean? The next day we gotta go to the mess hall. So we go to the mess hall, you know what I mean? Everybody acting nervous. 3 days, like the next day or 2 days later, we go to the mess hall. When we come back, police like this. Me and my 2 Brooklyn niggas, he looked at us and said, yo, y'all 2, you know what I mean? Y'all get on the wall. Because what happened was the Latin Kings, they put a slip, you could write a letter and give it to the police officer. So they wrote a letter and gave it to the police officer, yo, these 2 dudes, yo, they sneak thieving, taking food and doing this and being bad.
Right.
So when police came, you know what I mean? When we came in the dorm from mess hall, police was like, yo, y'all 2, you know what I mean? Y'all get on the wall. You know what I mean? They searched me, they ain't find nothing. But I was already hot, so they sent me out to the next. He sent me out the dorm, but that's what I was looking for.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because they was gonna tear me up.
Right.
I was on the new side of Green. I mean, after that happened, they sent me to the old side. But once I went to the old side, I was in Green for like 6 months. Cause I came from Caxsackie. Caxsackie is high classification.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like I said, 7 years and up. Green is 7 years and under. So when you be good in Caxsackie, that's like where all the Bloods is at. The Bloods run that jail.
Right.
When you good in that jail, they send you to a medium. You know what I mean? So now I was good in that jail for like a year. So they sent me to Green, which is the medium, but that shit was going crazy in 97. Everybody was getting cut.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So now they sent me to the old side. After that, you know what I mean? They sent me to the old side. I was on the new side, they sent me to the old side. And then I got into some more shit over there on the old side. I'm going back to Caxsackie. Had to cut 2 people over there and went back to Caxsackie. I mean, because I got caught in another situation when I was on the old side with some boots. You know what I mean? Took a nigga boots from over there.
You starting trouble, son.
Now I was young, we was bad, you had to fit in your environment, you know what I'm saying? It wasn't really me, it was just, you know what I mean? Yeah, I've been locked up since 13 to 20, you know what I mean, 21, so it's like.
You feel like not having people there for you kind of like pushed you in that direction?
Yeah, like I was being, plus I had to fit in the environment, I was locked up with adolescents. I mean, these are old adolescents, but this is the ritual, this is what everybody doing.
Right.
Everybody's robbing everybody's cutting, everybody walking around, police walking around with cuts on their face. You know what I mean? This shit is bad, you know what I'm saying?
What was the worst thing you seen in there?
What type of shit, you know what I mean? Really just niggas getting cut, police got knocked out. I know a lady police who got knocked out, she got her teeth knocked out. You know what I'm saying?
Man.
But usually just niggas is getting cut, you know what I'm saying? Everybody getting cut. When I took a nigga boots, they was on my neck, you know what I'm saying? This is the old side, I left the side, the green side, but now I'm on the old side. Now I call beef with regular niggas, with black niggas over some boots.
It was Tim's?
Yeah, they was some tan Timbs. But what happened was
That's why they be doing it to us on the gram, bro. That's why they be Tim's all over the gram. That's crazy.
I was wearing a tan Timbs, but I was, you know what I mean? You know what I mean? I supposed to have took them shits, you know what I mean? Then I was wearing them to the program. Like you got electrical trades, you got custodial maintenance, you got to take a program at school.
Right.
So I was in electrical trades, you know what I'm saying? So I'm going to the program with them on. Like 10 niggas was pressing me every day, like, yo, what's up, man? You gotta get those back, you know what I mean? Those, you know what I mean? Those are people, we gotta get those back. And I was like, yo, chill, leave that alone. No, we can shoot the fair one, man. Fam can shoot the fair one in the dome. And they was like, nah, we ain't doing none of that. Get that back and we off in your head. So you know what I mean? So now I'm going, every time I go to the yard, it's like 30 niggas around me. So I'm like, damn, this shit is hot. So now one of my mans from Yonkers, nigga named Dre, I mean, with the muscles, I mean, he was like, yo, son, yo, them niggas is on your neck. He's like, yo, but that's my peoples, you know what I mean? Yo, here, take this razor. I can't get involved, but yo, take this razor, you know what I mean, and do what you gotta do. You know what I mean? So I took the razor, you know what I mean? I cut it in half, put the other half in my ass for later, you know what I mean? And I was like this, now I'm going to the yard, you know what I mean? With the razor, I stopped going to the yard, but I still going to program and they pressing me.
Right.
So now I got the 10 Timbs. I told them niggas, I said, yo, my nigga, I told them niggas, actually I was going to the program, and then now my boy Red, the Timbs was too big on me. So he like, yo, what's good? He's like, yo, I was like, yo, these your size? Like, yeah. So he was like, he could get me another pair of Timbs my size from his dorm. So he went and got me another pair, a burgundy pair. what I'm saying? So now I got the burgundy pairs on. So now the same people that was pressing me, they see that I'm not giving it back. They're like, what's this nigga switched the boots? So, this nigga, he's dead serious about this shit. I mean, so now I'm wearing the raspberry. Yeah, I traded them. So now I'm wearing the raspberry joints. And then they pressed me again one more time. You know what I mean? This is when it went down, because they pressed me one more time. It was like, yo, my nigga, we see you ain't get those back. You violating, we told you, yo. You know? And I was like, yo, that's what it is. You know what I mean? I'm gonna give y'all niggas 2 pair of Jordans. In like a week, give me like 2 weeks, I'm gonna give y'all 2 pair of Jordans and sum that all up. You know what I mean? And they like, yo, my nigga, yo, you sure? I'm like, yeah, what sizes? They gave me these sizes, and I was like, yo, what's good? So I'm walking with them. You know what I mean? Then it's like, all right, we could do that. Then I was like, all right, let's do that. Then, you know what I mean? I'm like that to them. Then we split. So I'm walking this way, they walking that way. I'm like this. I look to see what them turn their back. As soon as them niggas turn their back, I had the razor on me. Just caught the big nigga. I mean, caught him, split him. Oh man. Then the nigga started chasing me. He had the orange box cutter. Right. Not the orange, not the plastic. He had it in it. He had it inside the, wrapped up like how we be wrapping it up in cardboard.
Right.
He started chasing me, around. Police seen it. You know what I mean? I threw my shit on the roof. But remember, I still got the other half on me, tucked up. Mm-hmm. He you know what I mean? He started chasing me. Police seen it. You know what I mean? Them niggas put me on the wall. So we on the wall like this. I'm like this, yo, son, you know what it is. Don't blow it up, my nigga. You know what I mean? We real niggas. You know what I mean? Keep this shit, between us. I mean, he leaking, and then, you know what I mean? And then police, you know what I mean? They locked me up anyway. They put me in the box. But when I went to the hearings, you gotta go to court now. When I went to hearings, he never told. I mean, I seen him on the way coming out the hearing. I seen him, he was patched up.
Right.
I mean, and I told the police when I was at the hearing, I was like, yo, try not to send me back to that side. Let me go back to the new side, because, you know what I mean? His friends and all that, they gonna try to get at me. And they was like, yo, you know what I mean? We gonna see what we could do. But they still put me back on the same side with the goons that was on my neck over there in the first place.
Just to see what happened.
Yeah, so I went back over there. Now I'm over there. Now I'm hot. Now I already got the razor. I went to the mess hall. Now the nigga I eventually took the boost from, it just so happened I'm going in the mess hall. He coming out the mess hall. The nigga I took the boost from coming out the mess hall. And I caught him real quick. And got away with that one. Boom. Went back to the dorm. So now I'm in my dorm. Niggas I see my done science. One day I went to the mess hall. He's like, yo, the nigga came in the bathroom. He opened this shit up. He touched his face and this shit opened up. He said, yo, you wildin', you blew the nigga. I was like, what? I was like, yo, it's whatever. You know what I mean? So now, my done Chase, he's Latin King too.
Right.
And he was like, yo, son, you need this can top shit. This can top shit work, you know what I mean? Do this can top shit, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? If you getting some shit.
Right.
So now I wanted to see the other niggas that was beefing with me, that fuck with the nigga I cut. They, you know what I mean? They was chasing me down too. I chased them niggas. We had a little fight. Police seen it. I threw my gun. The shit came back down. Police seen it.
Shit rolled back down.
Yeah, shit came back down. Threw it in the wind.
They thought it was over.
Yeah, the shit came back down, laying right near my feet. Well, the mother shit laying right near my feet.
It's raining shanks, nigga.
Niggas packed me up, sent me right back to the cat. I had to do 18 months in the box. Then sent me right back to the cat. You know what I'm saying?
What was what age did you go in?
Well, I started off in DFY like 13.
13?
I came home like 16, then I got bad locked up when I was 17.
You remember
21.
what was going on around that time?
I mean, yeah, I knew what was going on. You know what I'm saying? When I was like 9 years old, my moms and them died. I mean, my mom's died.
What she died from?
She fell off the roof.
My condolences.
Yeah, in the Bronx, in Patterson.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never knew my pops. I still don't know, you know what I mean, who he is, but my mom's died. Then my grandmother was taking care of me. Then my grandmother died all the same year. My grandmother, my aunt, you know what I mean? My aunt got stabbed. My grandmother died just as natural causes. And then my other aunt, which is my mom's sister, she took me and moved me to Queens when I was like 13. Like 11, 12, actually. 11, 12, she took me and moved me to Queens. And then 13, I got locked up in Queens. I mean, for cutting somebody in Queens.
What was there anybody there that you felt like was there for you?
Yeah, my aunt really. I mean, my mom's sister. You know what I mean? Shout out to Shea Davis. She in Alabama now, but she took care of me. You know what I'm saying? She did the best she could do. When I was locked up, you know, she came to see me here and there, but you know what I mean, not as often as, you know what I mean?
Right.
And she could, because she had her own life. But you know what I mean? She took care of me and all that too, though.
That's a lot.
Word.
Somebody young to go through.
That's what I'm saying. But I was caught up in just, I mean, I had to fit in my environment. All the environments I was in was just bad environments.
Right.
When I went to DFY, it was just bad. We had to fight every day. Then when I got locked up and went to the adults in Rikers Island at 17, 18, it was adolescence. That's the baddest jail to be in.
Right.
C-74, that's the baddest jail, because they all knuckleheads. We don't all know what we doing. We all don't know what we doing. We fighting over cookies, man.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
9 times out of 10, there's something missing there.
yeah.
Something missing there. I remember when I started acting up, it's because my pops lived in Brownsville. I never saw him. I was in Crown Heights.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't see this thing. Why he ain't never around? Like, this mad shit going on outside. And I don't understand why this shit is happening. You know what I'm saying? I'm 9 years old. I got friends getting shot, all types of shit. Like, you know what I mean? And I'm the man of the house. My mom was breaking down. I got to pep talk her. I'm not an adult. So I got angry. And as I got angry, I went outside with my anger.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what be happening.
So now it's like, because I feel like I'm lacking something, somebody else gotta deal with that. You feel me? It's like I'm angry. I don't care about no.
That's what
you know
happened.
I mean?
That's what happened with me when I was younger. I had a lot of anger built in me, and you know what I mean? I was just ready to, you know what I mean, do whatever I gotta do.
Did you ever get to a point, because I got to a point where I had to talk to somebody. They're like 13, they told me like, yo, you go to a psychologist for this amount of time or you going to Spofford. I went to the psychologist. Did you ever get an offer like that?
Yeah, I'm just now going to, I'm seeing a counselor now, just now, because I've been had ADHD all my life, you know what I'm saying? But I ain't never know that, really. I just ADHD and whatever, bipolar, whatever, they said I got diagnosed with.
Right.
So I started taking medicine like 3 years ago, you know what I mean? I was mad skinnier and all that, you know what I mean? When I took the medicine, that shit is like a tranquilizer.
Right.
It should calm you down, you know what I'm
yeah.
saying? And make your mood, different mood. So I've been in that different mood. That's probably why I've been off the scene too a lot.
Right.
You know what I mean? Because I've been taking counseling and you know what I mean? I've been taking medicine. So that
And
medicine, that shit calm me all the way. It's like a tranquilizer, shit just calm me down.
What is it, lithium? Do they still give lithium?
Lithium, nah.
I take
You do like
Respidone.
Vyvanse and shit like that.
I take metazapine and Respidone, some shit called Respidone.
I don't think people understand like the conditions, especially Ella. You probably witnessed
I mean, it was
shit.
different for me. Mine's because I thought I was a burden to my mom's. You know, but I would clearly remember that. Me and my boy was talking about it the other day. My mom's was like, yo, in high school, because I'm not going to lie, when I was younger, I was scared of everything. So it was just like high school, my mom said, bring home a good report card, I get you anything you want. Boom, killed it. As soon as I mean, that's the first time I ever was like, whoop, here you go.
Right.
And I was like, yep, Guess jeans, I need this, I need that. She was like, I can't afford that shit. The next day I robbed somebody. The very next day I robbed somebody.
That's how it goes, son. That's how it goes, man. I mean, yeah, man.
So,
How old were you?
Huh?
How old were you?
16. 16, then it was just like in the hood and fighting all the time. And it was like I felt like from me being scared, I felt like I had something to prove. So I did a lot of dumb shit for something to prove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like, all right, I know I'm gonna get jumped, but I'm not gonna run because I got something to prove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go buy this Coke and I got my gun on me. I know these niggas is wild, but I got something to prove. So even with crime situations, I wouldn't do things when I was angry.
Right.
I would wait till I'm calm
Yeah.
to look that man in his eye and do what I needed to do. Because after a while, to me, like finding out certain situations, I didn't know dudes was sniffing coke before they did this shit.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
For the charge.
yeah. And I'm like, nigga, that's not, I'm kind of offended. Like, nigga, that's not gangster. Nigga, I did it calm. I did a calm in my right state of mind, knowing where I was and what I was doing. I didn't get to the, damn, it's gonna get rough. And cause you don't care. When I was locked up out of town in VA. A lot of them dudes like in VA, well in Richmond, their choice was dope, coke and dope. And so many dudes my age was coming in there, sick off dope, get that shit out their system, and then they like, why I'm in here? Niggas like, what? Niggas like, why you in here? Nigga, you killed so-and-so. Niggas like, word, I did that?
Right.
And start crying like they never knew that, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I did that shit. Like, I used to be like, yo, shut the fuck up. I know probably it was your people. Shut the fuck, stop talking about you. And it's different, you know what I'm saying? It's different. Like, imagine being far away from home and these niggas don't give a fuck about you. You know what I'm saying? You just a New York nigga, oh, New York. But me being, you know what I'm saying, knowing the rules of the game, I started seeing why a lot of niggas was getting taken down out of town. Because those are the niggas that can't hustle here or didn't have the strength here, they go out there and become new and different.
Right.
And them niggas is not playing. Niggas to buy dope off me with guns in their pocket or under a newspaper under their arm.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That Richmond had the murder rate from 91 to 94. Every day was a body coming through there. Every day. I still think about today, how the fuck what was I thinking about? Why was I even there? Like, why was I even down there? Like, why? This shit is
I swear to God. I mean, Chicago, Brooklyn, Patterson, Newark, a lot of places in Philly. Not many other places that can talk about, when we talk about devastation to a society, to where it's normal, where motherfuckers just know if you walk through a certain place that something gonna happen. There's not many places that could say my environment was like that. But the places that can, nobody thinks to be like, yo, what's up with the people that grew up here? What's up? Where their mental state is at?
Are they traumatized?
Are they traumatized? How they doing with relationships? Are their relationships failing? Or their friendships fall out? There's always something there, bro. No matter what you think, like, yeah, I saw this happen, I was involved in this, I was involved in that. You're carrying a piece of that shit with you somewhere. And there's only a few triggers that's gonna let you know, yo, it's you. It's not everybody else, it's you. For me, it was my kids. Once I had my first son, everything that I wanted for him, I started realizing this was shit that I wanted for myself.
Yeah.
And I ain't have it. So because I ain't have it, and I'm this way, something's wrong. You feel me? And I had to go seek, like, bro, for years, motherfuckers was like, yo, yeah, math, yo, you rap, you spit, you punch niggas in the face, But my personal life was torn the fuck up, bro. Like, torn up.
And niggas don't
losing friends, niggas, my man getting blown, his head blown off, all types of shit is torn up. And it wasn't until I went and I talked to somebody that I started just elevating.
Yeah.
Cause that shit, it puts a weight on you. And I don't think people realize that.
Counseling helped me a lot.
Yeah, I was thinking about, I gotta call a psychiatrist. Cause niggas don't know, son. That shit is, son, you know it's so harsh, the fucked up feeling that I feel crazy about? I miss it. I'm dumb as that. I miss it. I miss having. Yo, you
That's
really
the
got me
scary
to.
part.
This
That's
is
the
why.
scary part.
Yeah, this is
Because
why
there's a side, and this is why I say it was almost psychotic when niggas said, couldn't talk about it if I ain't live it.
Yeah.
Oh, nigga, you know what I talk about? Oh, I got stories.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But it's like
Who said
A
that
war
line?
story.
Jay said that line?
Huh? Jay said
He
that
also
line.
said we all fiends, you know what I'm saying? We all go through it, even, you know what I'm saying?
The law.
That was the ill
James
line.
Dean couldn't escape
Because the
law.
same way the fiends is addicted, you addicted to the other shit.
Bro, it's like
Coming outside, doing what you do.
It's a roller
an-
coaster.
Yeah, it's an addiction.
It's a roller coaster. You ever go on a roller coaster? You just, oh shit! Oh, this shit crazy. This shit crazy. You get off like, yo, that shit was wild. That's
Get
what
back
it
on
was,
it, yeah.
doing some of that shit.
You on edge every day.
But there's an
Every day.
adrenaline attachment to it.
But it
that
wears
it's
out.
like,
Yeah, it wears
out.
Yeah, it
wears
wears
out.
out.
It wears
Right.
thin.
right.
And where's you out?
If you
Yeah,
survive
yeah.
long enough.
If
If you
If-
survive
but-
long enough.
but-
A
but-
lot of
but-
niggas ain't make it this far.
But the cost of survival, like what you're left with when it's all said and done.
Right.
That PTSD shit,
That
niggas is
sounds
shaking,
good, but if you didn't
nervous.
think about 30,
no,
But you might
you
not
thought
make
about
it.
30 math?
Nope.
But that's my whole
You know
point.
what I'm saying?
That's my
You
whole
didn't think
point.
about 30.
That's my entire point. You get niggas who make it to 30. You know that line, YOLO, you only live once? That's a myth. You only die once. You live every day. So when you living as if you're going to die, the problem isn't dying. The problem is what happens when you don't die.
Yeah, right.
And now
Yeah,
you
yeah,
have to live with everything that you were YOLOing your way through. All those consequences come rolling back. Your conscience starts fucking with you. Your nerves is shot. Your relationships is trash. Your ability to see the good in people is non-existent. I only know this shit because I'm I'm the guy who gets calls from my niggas in the street all the time when they think about jumping off the roof. And I see the shit that they go to. I was the kid who got pushed out the car. Honestly, I was the dude who was always, yo, get out. I had older brothers. I had my father. My father had a lot of respect in the streets. My brothers always had a lot of respect. Yo, get out. Go do that other thing that you was doing. Get out. And I love fighting. I love the fist fight. And they saw where that was going. Get out. Get out. You can't come with us to this thing. You just waiting for somebody to get out of line so you can do this, because this is your favorite thing to do. And niggas
everybody don't do that.
Everybody don't do. You thinking it's gonna be a fair fight. In a fair fight, I'm good with anybody. Anybody want to fight, I want to do whatever you want to do. You want love, I want love. You want to be peace, I want to be
What's
peace.
your Instagram again?
This nigga here. This nigga here.
Nah, just say it one time.
Mr. Mac.
Yo, I see this nigga on Instagram the other day, almost upside down with his legs in the air, and there was a little Asian nigga like, ha, coming down on this nigga's stomach. I was like, oh shit, this nigga really do be doing that kung fu shit. This whole time, every time he brought it up, I was like, man, ain't doing no kung fu, bro. Nah, he really on that shit.
Every time I tell him, why can't you come to a show? I'm
crazy.
training that night.
Damn.
You ain't fucking training.
I'm like, you ain't fucking training.
I put a post up. Shout out to Coach.
Right.
But like
Damn,
that was always my favorite thing. And when I didn't rotate around into that life, and all my the ones who I still fuck with, still got a lot of love for, did, I would get the calls. Yo, Mac, I don't know what I'm gonna do. Yo, my baby need this. I'm thinking about going back. Yo, I might have to run uptown. Yo, I think I gotta go out of town. Yo, this, yo, that. Yo, I don't even know how to talk to these. Yo, my sons is like, yo, I don't even know how to talk to my mom right now. Yo, I don't know. And I'm always like what happened to you? Like,
That
bro,
transition.
It's a trigger.
That transition from chilling out, from where, like, I'm not gonna act like I was like murder, death, kill. I did quite a few things, not gonna lie to that. But that when I came home from jail, that transition, when you sit and look at it and you like, okay, I understand why we did what we did. Because it's fucking boring.
Yo, you gonna get niggas in trouble, son. You gonna get niggas in trouble, son. No, but in a way I understand, because you get kind of addicted to the adrenaline that comes along with it.
It was boring. But the only thing that really helped me is that I respect, the OGs that schooled me was like, yo, the second bid hurts. Why? Because you know better. If you do it a second time, that handcuff, you see that face, you be like,
Damn.
I feel like an asshole right now.
Yeah, that's true.
Because I know when we young, we don't know better. And they warned us. I know people in my hood warned us. Yo, either you gonna go to school or you gonna do this shit. You can't you can't do the fence thing. You know what I'm saying? But if you do the street shit, only 2 ways out. Death or jail. So don't play with this. You know what I'm saying? That's why people who don't understand the whole 6ix9ine situation, no one held a gun to that man and said, do the street shit. You can't order shit and do shit, and then all of a sudden when you get, oh, Math, they got us. Come on, son, they got us, man.
They got us, man. Come out the bushes, they got us.
Yeah, they got us.
They got us.
So you know that whole life, but you can't, that's why they just like, you can't do street shit with an L7. He's a regular person.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You don't bring no regular person with you to do street shit.
But everybody's an L7 until they do some shit.
Yeah, but I'm saying, it's just that, but when you was earlier, like he said, I was scared of everything. So that badge of, oh, you want to fight? Okay, let's go. It's like now it's like, oh, point to prove. Watch me dance on this nigga and break his jaw. And now, the more you get away with, the more confidence you come with. You know what I'm saying? It's too, I shit you not, I really know I shouldn't. In fact, I'm not going to say what I was going to say.
No, that's real shit.
You know what I'm saying? That confidence is like, yep. And then it's just different, but it's just like, you have to learn to shut the fuck up. And the other rule, a lot of people never paid us no mind. You do not shit where you eat at.
Facts.
That rule is broken 99% of the time because of that thing. Yeah, I can understand making your bones. On my way, I was G the barber until niggas did some idiot shit and robbed me. Because they thought they didn't know the shit I was doing in East New York, Brownsville, the Bronx. And then, you know what I'm saying, when I had to come out the shower and be like, all right, I'm not the easy Vic as you think it is. I'm just following the rules. And this shit gets difficult. Now it's just like, that shit ruined everything.
Well, let's go back to that boring shit. Let's go back to that boring shit.
Bored.
Is there like a psychotic side to telling your story?
It is. I mean, the only reason it's boring because we didn't know about economics and all that other shit. You know what I'm saying? I just learned about that a few years ago. How to like deal. That's the true, this is what I see of the true meaning of jungle in America. Because what these dudes built as far as money and all that other shit, we are not taught that. My mother didn't know it, which means she didn't teach me.
Right.
This is why I teach my kids about, you know, when you have a job, saving 17%, having $500 emergency money, building your shit up. They didn't, nigga, like I said, I was G the barber. Not one person said, Illa, go get your LLC and get a barbershop. One of my dreams, play ball. Not one person pushed me to play ball. We did it for my man. My man, we made him go to college because he was out of control. He almost blew somebody's top off. We had to grab that nigga hand, was like, what are you doing? Nigga, you play ball. Get the fuck out of here.
That's true though, nobody really, sometimes when you ain't got that guidance,
Right.
you ain't got nobody to stop you from doing what you do.
We had to do it. And like what's the name? That's once we get out that survival mode, then we calm down and figure, all right, we could do this, this, and this, and this, so on and so forth. But we got to teach them now that we know. Whatever we know now, we got to teach them now. Because I bet you, all of us that have kids, the kids is not nowhere near the same way how we were when we
That's a fact.
That's true. That's true.
If they are, then we failed.
Yeah, because we're not only the thing of it's not just when my moms was younger, turns out my mom's was a fighter all the time. I didn't know that until like a year or two ago. Turns out my moms fought all the fucking time in high school.
And they was figuring it out when we was raising.
And they wasn't no all I knew was shut the fuck up and get out my face. But us, we're like, look, not only will I break your jaw, I need you to understand this situation. So we're telling them with a slight parenting threat at the same time. Because I had to tell my 20-year-old was thinking about scamming. I said, look, I know a lot of people over here.
Right.
If they tell me, not only am I going to break your jaw, but you need to understand the situation. Don't go down that route I went. You're not going to go down that route I went.
Right.
So it's cute when you're making a couple dollars, but what you going to do when them handcuffs come on you? You not. I love you, but you're not built like that.
I balked on my son the other day. He did some shit like he was piecing me up. I was like, what the fuck is you doing, man? Don't ever let me catch
How
you
old
doing
you?
that
How
shit.
old is he?
He's 15.
Damn.
Don't ever let me see you doing that shit. Don't do that shit around nobody. You ain't got no affiliations with that shit. The wrong niggas see you, you know what I mean?
Yeah, they gonna think,
Never
yeah,
do that
yeah.
shit.
That's crazy. My daughter now, not a son, my daughter, and she's 13.
Wow.
She take pictures, throwing up signs, with colors on, with different bandanas, and yeah, I be balking on her. And she posts pictures on Instagram. I be wilding on her. And she get it from her being around her friends, her older siblings, and stuff like that.
Right.
And she doesn't be with me. She be with her mother's side. I'm not gonna get into that, but it's not around me.
Right.
She get around me, my mother, my sisters and brothers. She don't do that. She do that over there.
Right.
She don't. It's crazy. But she's 13 doing that. She be wilding out.
Yeah.
Social media
But is there a psychotic side to like everything that you've been through? There's a value to it. Because it helps strengthen something in you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It might not have been the best thing, but the quality that it gave you was probably perfect for a fucking Marine. You know what I mean? The quality it gave you was probably perfect for a general or some shit, or somebody involved in situations where there's like a danger that you have to face and you figure it out and you go through it. They get the praise for it. We on land going through what society has offered us and we don't. Is something wrong with telling your story? Is there anything wrong with telling your story?
I don't think so. You'd be amazed what it helps, who it helps.
Right.
Because a lot of people think they're alone in a situation. And when they hear somebody they probably dig or look up to, and it's like, oh shit, I didn't know he went through the same thing too.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's just like, okay, well, let me talk about it. Yeah, it's a connection.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? That's why for the longest, I mean, I didn't realize what I was doing, but musically, I wouldn't talk about street shit. One, it felt like telling. Two, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, I would never forget that
You
day.
got pulled to the side.
Yeah, I never forget that day getting pulled to the side. I was like, son, you're gonna get somebody killed. And it was like, all right, well, I can't say, you know what I'm saying, what I say no more. But then I look and, you know what I'm saying, people were saying shit, the street shit. And I'm like, what am I doing? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what am I doing wrong? So like with filming, I think I could get away with filming more. You know what I'm saying? When I do New York Minute, I put a lot of street jewels in there that people don't get. You gotta kind of put somewhere to teach them somehow. But, you know what I'm saying, musically, I'm just learning how to express, not the you know, like how I felt during the situation, to be relatable to people. And that took a long time for me to get there. And you know what I'm saying, I respect it more. I had to learn, just because it's lyrical doesn't mean it's better. Because you listen to the simplicity of songs and people will relate to it. Tupac, exactly. It's not like he was knocking down the world with lyrical skills and all that other shit. He said things that was relatable. Yeah,
Right
that was relatable.
So I'm doing the same thing now. I'm writing. Well, I want to say I'm writing a book, like autobiography, or it is an autobiography, but it's not really a book. It's more like memoirs, and it's real stuff. And it's like it's crazy because Shea said it. Like I was a lifer, so I got 3 state bids. I've been paroled twice. In my last one, I did a violation in Greensboro. So and I was on parole 15 years from 04 to 2019. So and I didn't know that. So like you say, people could relate to certain shit, and that's dope. Everybody's story is similar. People in the hood or certain places, you know. It's dope though. I enjoy putting it on paper and all this, and it's coming together actually.
Okay.
And I suppose some people about helping me put it out and really put it together. So it's dope. I enjoy it actually.
You said something, you touched on something I wanted to go back to when you're talking about Sonny. You said what you've gone through would make you perfect for a Marine, would make you perfect for the problem is not training to be a Marine. The problem is what happens when you take a warrior away from the war. When the war ends, when it's quiet and they don't know how to act, and you got dudes going through midlife crisis at 25 because they didn't expect to see 30.
Right.
You dig what I mean? What happens when you take a warrior and there was a line in the Marvel movie, he was talking about Captain America. He said, America's righteous man acting as if you could ever live without a war. What would you ever do without a war? What do you do when the fight's over?
Well, what do you do?
There's the trauma. A lot of people are left alone with their own fucking thoughts. And that shit is louder than most of that shit. That shit is worse than quiet.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like when you left alone with your own thoughts, it's worse than being alone.
Well, I say for me, I had to kind of like retrain my subconscious to think a positive thing.
But we're not told that we're supposed to. We glamorize having no feelings. We glamorize being cold-blooded. We glamorize not feeling shit, not giving a fuck about nothing. We glamorize that. So
But
when
there's a reason, bro.
Yeah, because we all going through things for the first time.
Because but not
we
only
didn't-
that, not
we
only
the
that,
newest people.
we live in a society that preys on our weakness. Let's not forget why we became like that in the first place.
No, I'm not telling you it's not necessary.
Motherfuckers will abuse whatever makes you weak.
We
had to be that way.
I'm not judging. I'm not judging. You heard me, you heard my vice. I'm not judging nobody. I can't.
Right.
Violence, I'm super comfortable in the middle of violence. It's one of my favorite fucking things, which is horrible. But I found a way. If I didn't find my class, I'm not sure what I'd be doing. If I would then find, but I had to find that. You dig what I'm saying? My point is, I'm not saying that the skills you acquired are your sin. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying you wrong for doing what you needed to do to survive from day to day. I'm saying it's not a sin to find a quiet place. It's not a sin to get better, to want better, to do better, to look at your kid and say, I don't want that for you. And we should not feel as if these sins that we've acquired need to be passed down to the next because you gotta grow up just as hard. Now, there's a duality, and this is something I want to challenge the room with, but me and you, we started to get into it, and then we got cut off. Hard times create strong men. Strong men create easy times. Easy times create weak men.
It's a fact.
Weak men create hard times.
It's a cycle.
Yeah.
Damn.
It's a cycle.
If where have you ever known a rough environment to create a weak man? It doesn't happen. So the thing is trying to find the way to break the loop without creating soft men or hard times.
I
man.
think the way to break the loop is changing the standard of man.
That's fair. The world hasn't changed though, so
Right.
like we still have to cope with the world we're in.
You know how there's certain countries where, you have to do a year in the army.
Facts. I think
Israel.
yeah, I was about to. Yep.
Yeah, you have
Mandatory.
To. As a citizen, you have to do
mandatory.
a year in the army.
That's crazy.
All of them, men, women.
Is that bad though?
So they all have that experience, that
But I think that's good though.
Yeah, exactly.
I know a lot of people that without military or jail, they really wouldn't, you know what I mean? I know a lot of people who did a lot of time and they come home and it's on different now, you know what I mean? Because they had that time. We don't really get quiet time. You know what I mean? But when it's just you, it's different. We outside, we got distractions. This, your girl, your moms, your streets, everything, you know what I'm saying?
By yourself.
But when it's just by yourself, some people grow different like that. Just like, it's like the army. You know, you taught a certain, it's like how you be like, you ever been locked up with somebody and they fine, but on the streets they can't control themselves. They fiends, they this, they that. Yeah. But in a jail setting, they're good.
With the structure.
Right, with the structure. Wake up, go to food, and they fine. Put them on the streets, it's terrible.
That's everybody, depending on your vice. If you travel in a circle of people who support that vice, that's what's gonna happen. Sometimes
I think it's a
sometimes-
discipline. It's a discipline thing.
definitely a lack of
It's a
discipline.
discipline.
It's definitely a
Sometimes
lack
your
of
vice
discipline.
lies in the people you're around. If you're around niggas to get wild, what you gonna be? You gonna be
That's
if
what
4
happens.
niggas can get wild, you gonna be number 5.
That's what happens.
You separate
There's some
yourself from
people
that.
I don't even like being around.
Yeah.
And I love them because they give me a feeling.
Right.
And it's just like, oh shit, like, we back. No, it's,
I think that's the part that you said. Is that psychotic?
No, but it is just like
it
because
is
deep down, bro, deep down, you can't. You like you ever did anything crazy in the streets? You can't tell me like you don't be sitting there like, damn, niggas don't know how ill I am. Son. Like they don't know how
You gotta
James
put-
Bond that joint that night. You know what I mean? Like
you gotta play, but you gotta play chess. You gotta answer your question before, like way before time.
Right.
Some dudes, I feel, you know, all right, my time. I know my time has passed. You know what I'm saying? It's like I know my level. I know how far I take it. I'm not there no more. So you excuse yourself from, you know, you can't be around the young dudes
Right.
all the time in their face. Why? Because then they start feeling comfortable and think they're on the same level. And in this generation, their mouth is reckless. And
I beg to differ.
yeah,
I
no.
feel like more of us should be an influence to them.
Yeah, you could.
That's
be,
different from
but
being in the face the way he's talking.
Yeah,
about. When
because
you,
if you
socially,
the thing is, I've seen it. If they feel if you still not doing it now, well, at least in my hood, they feel if you're not still doing it now, what the fuck should I listen to you for? I don't give a fuck what you did back then. And I remember I used to think the same thing. That's why I don't give a fuck about it. There's only certain people you respect. And then there's some other dudes you like, fuck out of here, nigga. I'm not listening to you.
But the ill thing about that is winners, yeah, you've seen somebody winning, yeah, they know the way to win. But the losers know how to lose, and they'll be able to recognize when you about to do the same shit that they did. You know what I mean? A man with no shoes on should be able to tell you, tie your shoelace. You feel me? You shouldn't, you ain't got no shoes on, nigga, I ain't gotta listen to you trip and you bust your ass. You know what I mean? That shit is crazy. But as far as street shit goes, real street shit, separate from hip hop. A couple days ago, Alpo was coming out of a party. I think he made it a block away, and somebody, you know, he's no longer with us. Now everybody knowing the story. Alpo snitching on Wayne Perry and all that stuff, and then seeing him come home and doing a story on how he killed Rich Porter and where he took him.
That
I don't
was
know
crazy.
if everybody saw it.
That was crazy.
Did he want to die?
I think so. I think he wanted to die in Harlem.
Cause that's what I saw.
Yeah.
When I heard about him being around like that, I felt like that's what it was.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think he wanted to die. He wanted to. There's no way you didn't. Like moving like that, there's no way you didn't. You know, there's no way you didn't. This is the part 2. We already started this conversation.
Right, we started this
Part two.
conversation.
So he wanted to. I mean, that's just my opinion. Moving how you was moving, you wanted to. You couldn't tell me nothing different.
What's the alternative thought? What's the other possibility? One is that he wanted to die. What's another one?
Did he thought that he was untouchable?
That's another one.
He thought the families of the people that he affected.
Impacted or
kill, whatever. You know, like that. I don't understand.
Or he thought there was an expiration date on it. Maybe he thought people didn't care that much anymore. Convinced himself that people didn't care that much.
But who knows what it was for? Who knows what it's for?
You don't.
It could have been something new.
Ultimately, it was karma.
Yeah.
Ultimately, we can all agree.
But
Ultimately,
the
from
only
the
thing-
outside looking in, that's how we looking at it,
Yeah,
right?
but the only thing that made me think different of how the shots was fired, because they was in the same range. that seemed pretty professional to me. Like it was just like
Somebody
5 shots right there.
right there.
Yeah.
Close
Didn't
up.
hit the door.
No, it was right there by the door.
Right in the middle of the
5 of
window.
them. Boom, 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 boom.
Nothing that I don't think his truck was raised. His truck was higher. So if it was a drive-by, the car had to be high too.
Right.
And it was pretty precise, those shots. Looked
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
yeah.
You ever go to the gun range? You know it don't look like that in real life. You know what I'm saying? You gotta know what you're doing
It
to
looked
keep
pretty
it
precise,
keep it
yeah.
together like that. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it was a truck. So if it was a car, that means they would have had to raise it high. Allegedly.
Right.
Maybe I don't know how I know this stuff. But it
Watch
looked
a lot of movies.
Yeah, there you go.
How does it make you feel though?
Don't care.
That's, to be honest, I feel the same way. Look, I don't care.
You don't care. When you heard that he was walking around Harlem partying, did it affect you at all?
It's only a matter of time.
Did it make you think differently of the times that we in?
Okay, well, it didn't affect me, but number one, like, glad you mentioned times. He's older than me, different generation. I wasn't around him. I'm
Right.
not from Harlem. I don't be in that kind of loop. I had nothing to do with him, so it didn't bother me at all. I just knew who he was through the stories, what was said, things he done.
Right.
So it didn't really affect me. I didn't think a lot of shit was right. But who am I to have an opinion on it? I don't care. I don't know nothing about it.
Right.
So it really didn't affect me at all.
Right.
When I first heard he was in Harlem, when I first heard that his face popped up in Harlem, my first thought was, you out of your mind, that's not him. Right? That was my first thought. The first thing I said, you out of your mind, that ain't him. Right? Then it came back again and again, and I kept getting the notes. Alpo walking around Harlem. He's in Harlem.
Right.
My first thought was the same scenario you described when you came down and they thought you was a blood.
Yeah.
Only a matter of time. Like
Whoa.
just that the clock is off. I don't know if he knows it. I don't know if he knows it, but that clock started. Like that was like the third or fourth time I heard he was walking around out here, and I heard it from all credible people who would not text it to me. Wow. We had to meet up, and they was like, they didn't want to say nothing over. You know what I'm saying?
Let me ask you a question.
Those niggas.
Okay, why is it a matter of time for him? But if you got a dude signing Skittles of one of us that they literally killed and he beat it, they auctioning for. Why is no time limit on that?
Because
Who said there wasn't?
exactly. My father had a great saying. Because he knew his son. He knew his firstborn son. My father had a great saying. He said, "You deal with a young man's wrath, but you deal with a grown man's patience. You fear a young man's wrath, you fear a grown man's patience. Which one are you?" And I always thought about that shit, like what it meant. Young dudes, all day outside the club, get everybody, shoot 2-3 people, go to jail, whatever, crash the car, all kinds of ridiculous shit. Grown man, I got nothing but time. You'll think I forgot about it by the time I catch up to you. You'll think we're cool by the time I catch up to you. I posted something that said, if you ever disrespected me and I didn't react, don't trust me. If you ever disrespected me in life and I didn't react to it, do not trust me.
Yeah, you up to something.
I know what the patience is of a grown man. I know the patience of a grown man. I've had plenty of people do me dirty. I got nothing but time. 2 years, 3 years, 5 years later, they come back around. Good to see you. Couldn't wait, because it wasn't if, it was when.
And this is why your demo got thrown in the trash. In case you didn't know. Patience. In case you didn't know.
A couple of people, couple of dudes who, when I needed them, did me dirt. Didn't have to. Could have just said no. Did me dirty. Man. When they rotated back around after they saw it.
I'll tell you what happened when I found out that he passed away. I got a lot of phone calls, and there were a lot of people celebrating.
Man.
And not celebrating because they were not all personally connected to the situation, but they were celebrating that something was done to make everybody else feel like it's not okay.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? It was like he was the poster child for tell.
Was it that,
But
or
it
was
is-
it that Rich was beloved?
See, I don't think it's
In Harlem,
Right.
it's that.
Was it
For the rest of the world that heard the story, it's like, damn, nothing really happening, huh?
Two things can be true at the
Wow.
same time.
Right. No, that 100%.
What does this say to everybody
Right.
else? What does this say about all the other people in fucked up societies that feel like they got to do something illegal to get up or just get over the hump, and then they go through a situation where they code D's. Like in your situation, your code D is like, yo, fuck it, I'm giving niggas up. Because homie walking around, it's alright for him. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So it's more people celebrating like a standard
The
that they
feeling
felt
was,
like was being upheld.
the feeling was restored in a way.
Right. In a way you can't
Right.
Yes.
just do that.
Right. Yes.
that's
At
You know
some
what I mean?
point, yeah.
Somebody remembered the rules.
That's what
Is
they
it, I have a
celebrate.
question though. Is it over?
Is it over?
Only time will tell.
As far as that situation goes, I have no idea. I have no idea. Now, when you say, is it over, are you talking about?
Because I'm talking about like from street angle, like we don't know what the reason why that happened, why it happened or whatever. We don't know.
Yeah, we don't know.
The streets is gonna find out. What I'm saying, he got kids, he got family. Most of us is happy. Not to us. Most people are happy that it happened, but you got some people who are sad about it.
Yeah.
Upset about it.
Right.
He has kids. Is it gonna be something else behind that? Like, is it or just then? You think like?
Well, there's an audio of him saying he accepts his fate, and that's why I felt like he kind of wanted it to happen. Not wanted it, but like he made himself available.
Right.
You know what I mean? Don't come for my family. I'm out here. You feel me?
Possible.
Possible.
Very. I forgot about that audio. Very possible that he accepted it. Maybe this was his way to move it away from his family.
Right.
But the idea of his family, somebody attempting to spin the block on his behalf, I would hope not. I would hope you just accept that he accepted his fate. He did what he did, and
Easier said than done.
right. Facts.
That's my brother. That's my father.
Facts.
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 Can't just let it
Facts.
go because of whatever. Like.
Right.
But your
as
father
of,
was
I
something.
mean, as of now,
Who was your father? Like your father was.
Right. I understand.
It's one thing if you could say, yo, my father was a stand-up dude and you a grindball for what you. That's one thing. That's one thing. But it's another thing if your father. This is my dad. Like, and no disrespect. Now I'm not trying to disrespect anybody, but
realistically though, like, kids know what you show them. They don't know who you are. You know, like my kids be like, "You want my dad autograph? Or you want his autograph?" You know what I'm saying? Like, what are you doing? Now? You know what I mean? They know what I show them. So you never know.
those Google searches be something else though. I don't have kids. I think about what happens when my kid puts Mr. Mac in Google and what comes up.
Right.
I think about that shit.
Can't believe Google. Google had you going crazy.
That's another reason why I can't.
Nigga, I'm 25 on Google, nigga.
I'm not even.
Wikipedia, I'm 25, nigga. I'm 25 out here in these streets. What? Yo, this is crazy.
Still, like, your kid puts your name into Google search. What is he about to learn about his mother, his father?
Don't let him pay the extra $19.95
To get that shit scrubbed, right?
You get the criminal records and all types of shit for $20.
It's something. Like, you think about these dudes walking around with these reputations that they went so hard to build, and your kid looks you up, and now you have to answer to this little face that came from you. I think about that shit a lot. All my niggas got kids. Everybody I'm cool with, everybody I got love for got kids. I know some of these niggas were evil in their day. And if the sins of the father pass to the son, ooh-wee.
Yeah,
Wow.
that's a different story.
That shit, man.
Something to
And
think
God
about.
forbid you got to explain it. Not just what you did with his mom, but like, you got victims out. You know what I mean? You got like legit people who don't walk straight off the strength of you and your greed, or you and your entitlement, or you and your arrogance, you and your obnoxiousness. You got people who scars for the rest of their life because of what, and you got to answer. Now your kid is looking at you like, why you do that?
That's why I do as much good as I can. I do a lot of good out here, you know what I mean? And I told this to my kids the other day. I was like, yo, my fear is that I'm not doing enough good. And it comes back. So that kind of like, you know, that's me putting the fire under them, like, you figure it out now. You in position where I can help you figure it out. Do it now. Don't wait. Don't be like, I'm gonna enjoy this for a little while, Dad. You know, 5 years kicking back. Hey, Dad, I need this, da, da, da. No, figure it out now. Figure it out now. We live in America where it's not a crime until you get caught.
Yeah.
And you can't
Everything's
pay
a
for it.
setup.
Yeah. And
Speed limit is 55. We're gonna sell you a car that goes 180 miles. You feel me?
True.
They could enforce that and be like, yo, all these cars you making, make them shits only go 55. They don't do that. It's only a crime till you get caught. So amongst the lower levels of society that feel like they have to commit a crime to get someplace because educational system is fucked up, or you know, they're smart enough to do things, but they don't have the access to it. What does this say to them? What does Alpo's murder say to them? Is there a standard that's good for us, or is it just street shit?
That's like almost a teachable moment. You gotta learn to teach your kids to separate the two. That's two different lives and two different dimensions. You can't just see it, you know. For people that don't know, they just think of another black man just got killed. If you heard and you know of street life, you know, hey, well, he did something like, you know, this.
Are the rules restored?
For street life, yes.
Dead or in jail, right?
Dead or in jail?
That's the only way. Only one person I know escaped street life. That's Frank Matthews. Other than that, that's under super 1% out of everybody else.
There's a lot more of them.
Yeah.
I mean, there's a lot more of them. We are it too, because you know we gave it up. Sometimes you figured out, hey, I didn't make 10 bricks. I'm not, you know, I
didn't get
away
to the day I
sometimes.
get to 10 bricks.
Yeah, I didn't walk away sometimes. Like, yo, yeah, I still think, you know, how I'm not under the jail. I still think that, because it's to the point I thought it was okay in broad daylight. And I'm going to just keep it there.
There's more promo. More stories. More, yo, man, what's up? Nigga. You know, but let's talk about the people that do make it out and figure it out. Jay-Z was inducted into
Hall of Fame.
Rock and Roll
That's
Hall
big.
of Fame.
That's big.
But
right
how
there.
deep was he in that?
He was.
How deep in the street was Jay-Z?
Oh,
I'm not about to.
yeah.
It doesn't matter.
We ain't
Doesn't
gotta
matter.
go there.
Doesn't matter.
We don't have to go there. We don't have to go there, but I'd say yeah. I'd say yeah. Deep enough.
And one
enough.
and one corner could have been a whole different story.
Yeah.
I mean, one wrong move, it could have. I'm sure you done been through something. If it would have went the other way,
You feel me?
it would have been other. You know what I mean?
But
It
let's
could have went the other way, but it didn't. It went your way.
Ella, what you doing, man? What you doing, man?
Illa's having an issue with this.
Come on, man. I'm trying to get this title deal, nigga. What are you doing?
Go with it.
Nah, he don't own title no more. Speak.
Bless son for making it, but you know, he said himself that he told stories of people around him. He wasn't really that deep in it.
You said the same thing about Nas, though. Does it matter?
I mean, if we talk about
We don't need
street
people
life-
that's subject to that, though.
Right.
Because we run around here with alter egos.
Yeah.
Right.
We all got avatars. And they're super niggas. You know what I'm saying?
Your power.
Yeah. We all,
I'm Math Hoffa.
Yeah, right. We all got avatars.
You know what I'm
We the
saying?
only people that's
This is
held to
Mr.
that
Mac.
standard.
You're Illa G, you know what I
Right.
mean?
Yeah.
Our parents walk in the room and be like, yeah, who you here for? Illa G, da-da-da. Who?
Who?
What are you
What are you
Yeah,
talking about?
basically.
Right.
So I think we're the only ones that's held to that standard.
Right. Exactly. But being from that neighborhood, different.
That's true.
Being from
But
that
then-
neighborhood. no.
but then-
Perception of it, though, is different.
But then, you know.
But see, I mean, when you say getting out, at this moment, at this moment, I had to rethink of it as far as getting out. It's like we talking about ghetto or street life getting out.
We're talking about all of the above. Rock and Roll Hall of Fame.
Yeah, very dope. Commend it. But
To rap your way there, where the
oh
world
no, yeah,
accepts
it's
you,
beautiful.
That's
It's
dope.
beautiful, yeah.
You can't,
Because-
by any measure, that's dope.
Right.
Facts.
Any
By,
measure.
by any measure,
All
that's
metrics.
dope. Yeah, it's
That
dope.
checks all the boxes.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You literally talked your way out of everything.
In that aspect.
You know what I'm saying? You talked your way out of everything and into everything.
Saying it that way.
I mean, you pair that with billionaire status.
Yeah.
You're free.
Yeah. Especially you got
That
the
means
shit.
everything behind him now starts at zero. When we all start at negative 50, Blue starts at here. You know what I mean?
Right.
As opposed to negative 20.
Right.
You know what I mean? We started from negative 20. You know what I mean?
Especially he got a strong man.
Right. You might
He
not
got
have had a
all
pops,
that
you might
other
not have had a
shit.
moms, you might not have had money, you might not have had, you started at a negative.
Right.
Everything starts from here now. Now it goes up. It's a different mindset.
Yeah.
It's a different mindset when you start from a place as opposed to, damn, I'm behind on everything from the start. That's
His struggles are different.
Yeah.
He still got it.
And that's
but
a blessing.
They different.
My
Facts.
kid's struggle
Facts.
is different. I love it. I look at their
Facts.
struggle, I laugh at it.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Is it the cycle?
Yeah.
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 It's the cycle,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, because now Blue Ivy and
Right.
and the kids that come from
It's
that,
options.
they never know
Yeah.
a hard life. It can equal a soft person if he's not careful. If he's not careful, you can raise someone who is pampered, someone who doesn't know any kind. A kid doesn't need to know struggle, necessarily like hard times to know struggle. There are things to struggle with at any level. But when you come from the struggle that most of us are in here discussing, those don't look like real struggles.
Right.
But we forget that a kid's world, that's all they got. That whole little universe that they're in, that
That's their world.
fourth grade fit, and something happens in that world, it's like an atomic bomb.
Crushed.
It's the same. It's the same amount of emotions being paired to every
Funneled,
situation.
exactly.
So for us, it might have been something crazy happening out here. For them, it's like I lost my iPhone. You know what I'm saying? Like,
And every parent is sitting there looking at them
There's no
going,
Wi-Fi here.
but did you die? But did you die? Did it hurt? No. Shut the fuck up. Meanwhile, they struggling with whatever that is. So and again, this is me talking as the non-dad in the room. I wonder, I watch my homeboys, my brothers, who I got love for, going out of their way to be the best fathers possible, while trying not to raise entitled, weaker people. And you don't want to bring another one of them assholes into the world, like them dudes who you look at and be like, man, if you don't shut the fuck, are you really complaining about this? Like, seriously? You whining about some shit that ain't got nothing to do with you. Somebody on television popping shit, all you got to do is change the channel. Why are you crying? Like, shut up. This is corny.
right.
We don't want to raise those. So but you also don't want to raise the kid who's gonna try you at 16. Who's gonna like put hands on people and you don't want to raise him because he doesn't have a way to express when he's angry or disappointed or sad except for violence, because all his life you've told him those feelings are invalid and irrelevant.
Right.
So you don't want that. So now you're trying to walk that tightrope. I look at Jay's success and what he came from. Hard times created a strong man. A strong man created easier times for his children. Now I'm hoping his children don't become soft because easy times make soft people.
So what is the balance? What's the 1 year in the army for a successful man's children?
I think Shaq might have it. Shaq told his children, I'm rich. You're not rich. I'm rich. Your mother's rich. You're not rich. You still have to, in the words of Math Hoffa, figure it out. Doesn't mean I'm going to abandon you. It means I'm here to guide you. It means I can give you all my resources, I can give you all my information, but you have to figure out what you're going to do with it, and you got to make your way. I think that might be the closest thing I've heard to, and one size don't fit all, right? You got to know your kid.
Yeah, you got to know your kid, man. Make sure you don't got a Chippy D. I don't know if y'all know who Chippy D is.
Chippy D. Who the fuck is Chippy D?
Lawrence Fishburne.
Oh, right, yeah, the daughter, right?
Oh, man.
That's it, they was calling it Chippy D.
Yeah, that's true though.
Crazy. You don't want that.
But we're not allowed to you're not allowed to look down on that though.
Shame and sex work? No, we can't. You're right. We can't do that.
What?
We can't shame sex workers now.
You can't what?
It's like prostitution in New York is legal for the women, but illegal for the people who patronize them.
Oh, what? What?
Wait. It's legal. Hold that thought. So we congratulating Jay-Z, right? We congratulating Jay-Z. Yo, hold.
Yes.
Beautiful thing. Yeah. Now you were saying, prostitution is what?
It's legal
So
in
we
New
are
York.
now Vegas.
It's legal in New York.
Yes, for the women.
That's why. Yo,
It's been.
wow.
But just not for the Johns though. Not for the tricks.
Crazy.
It's been about a year now.
A little longer than that.
It's legal now.
Yeah.
So
We're Vegas.
you know, I live in a nice area in the city, and I've been seeing a lot of activity during the weekends.
Yeah.
And I'm like, yo, what's going on out here?
It's no longer criminalized.
Yeah, I'm definitely in the spot, son.
It's not
And
criminalized.
I'm seeing it like every weekend. Like,
Are they paying taxes?
crazy.
I don't know. That's another.
I need to know if they're paying taxes.
You niggas taught me something amazing just
I was today years old when I
You gotta read the paper, boy. Legit, like.
I'm like, I never even fathomed that shit what happened in New York.
It's
like smoking in front of
Illy's
the
face
police.
right now just said, we're back.
Like that's almost like drugs. Well, it always been there. Like that's like 40 deuce. That's like
40
equivalent
deuce
of
is
that.
Lunch point.
That's
Lunch
like the
point.
equivalent of
It's
that.
almost back.
Pennsylvania Avenue is crazy right now.
Nah, it's lit. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Super. The back blocks. You know the back. Yeah, the back blocks. Yeah. The factories is back open. Yeah, it's back open. Yeah, absolutely.
I remember.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
I remember driving through there with the older guards when I was like 16. Like, what?
They out there right
They
now.
back.
We used to beat up the pimps.
You can't get caught out there though.
Oh hell no.
No, I mean you personally.
No, they're
I mean,
patronizing them.
Yeah, the Johns, they can't. Yeah, tricks. They
So
won't get
it's
arrested.
still illegal to buy, but it's not illegal to sell?
Correct.
Right, something like that. It's
What the fuck
Welcome,
does that?
welcome to New York.
Wait.
You
Yeah.
can't
Not
buy
illegal.
the pussy. You can't. You can sell the pussy.
Yeah.
buying
But if
pussy
we
is
trying to
illegal.
buy a pussy, it's illegal.
But it's not illegal for her to sell it.
No.
She can
So
sell.
basically,
It's crazy.
she's not gonna get bagged,
right,
but you will.
But
But you get in trouble.
you on thin ice at any point. Yes.
she can sell it.
Yes.
But if you buy it, you get.
No, not everybody. If you get caught buying it.
Yeah, like you said, it's not a
Until you get caught.
Until you get
That
caught.
don't make no fucking sense.
But it does. They did the same thing with weed, bro. They did the same thing with weed, man.
Yeah.
For a little while, like,
Huh?
oh yeah, you could sell it, but no, you can't get caught with it. Like you can't have it on you.
It's like at the discretion of.
There's dispensaries, but you can't get caught with it on you. You know
Well,
what I mean?
what they said, you can have 3 ounces. You can't.
They say you
can't be.
But that's crazy too. They
selling
said you can
it.
have up to 4 ounces on your person, and you can have up to 5 pounds in your house. That's
Right.
crazy.
Jesus Christ.
That's they okayed it. That's crazy.
For personal use.
But if you, how do you, I don't know why I'm asking this
Yeah,
question.
you can't even like you can't even.
I don't even smoke. I know it though.
But I've never smoked in my life, and I'm fairly successful at what I do, so I don't know why I'm about to ask this next question. Do you have to grow it here? Can you get it from someplace else?
Or you can travel with it. Now.
Yeah, you can travel with it.
Over state lines.
They'll take shampoo out your luggage before they take some weed out.
Right.
At this point.
That's not true.
No, it's 100%
No,
true.
it's
100%. 100%.
So I landed in Vancouver, right?
No,
That's out of the country.
That's another country.
That's out of the country.
All right, cool. All right,
That's
so we're
another,
not counting.
we're talking about in the 50 states.
We're not counting.
In the 50 states.
But if I
they
pick up,
definitely doing that.
No,
and they
no.
got dispensaries.
Yes.
but if I pick up
in
from,
the 50
if
states,
I pick up from Cali,
yes, you can come right back here with it. Yeah.
wow.
If you got some shampoo in there over 4 ounces, they taking that though.
Well, yeah, I've seen it.
Yeah.
Jesus
Yeah.
Christ.
Liquids, yeah.
Well, I've never tried to travel with weed. I've traveled with shampoo. Been fucked up in the game off that. But whoa.
Yeah.
You can have 4 ounces on your person, and 5 pounds in your residence. That's crazy.
It's the 5 pounds in the residence that's catching me up.
No. Wait. Hold on. We skipping over this prostitution shit. Like, way too easy. So cops rush the room. Hey, nigga, you with the condom on, nigga, you going to jail.
And she they don't never fuck up.
And she just
Get dressed, man. Have a good day.
in the corner like, all right, that's that.
I don't know.
Well,
Hopefully,
I
I'll
guess
never
she
know.
would have to tell. If the cops rush in the room, she would have to say that you paid
Well,
her.
I guess
for
it's
sex.
This sounds like it's a way for it not
It's
to be
entrapment.
entrapment.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
It sounds like a way for it not to be entrapment now. If they catch,
It's
if
like
they bag
I
somebody.
guess the moment you exchanged, if
Right.
you get caught at the exchange,
They would have to see
I
you
think-
the exchange of currency of the money.
yeah, or something like that. Because that's
That's the only way. I think for them to.
But
So-
if you chicks could just robbed you then. No,
Because
you want some
I
lunch?
mean,
That'd be 300.
I mean, now
I ain't-
that
nigga,
y'all
I ain't
say
giving you
this,
nothing.
now that
I
y'all
dare
say
you to call the
this,
cops.
y'all woke me up to something I've been seeing,
What?
and now it makes total sense.
Now you get it.
Now it makes total sense because there's been people I've been bumping to, and you can smell sex in the air. Let's just say that, and they're coming out of buildings, and you like, oh, now that this gentleman has taught me this great thing, I'm like,
Now you know it's a
oh,
great thing.
now I understand why you smell like that.
Right.
Because you've been getting banged out, and you just got this free.
Wow.
Makes sense.
If you zell her,
It's technically
and I put for food or groceries or car expenses,
right.
Right, you
might be okay.
You probably the quit.
right?
be okay.
Like wardrobe expenses.
But they got websites though. They got websites. You could.
I mean, yeah, well, that's always
Yeah.
been Backpage always been a
No,
thing.
no. Not Backpage. There's a specific site for like high class, 1,500, 2,000. That's what professionals use.
Oh no.
Yeah, you call 'em right now.
Yeah, no, I'm
Yeah.
familiar with that quote unquote escort services. Like porn stars are like some of my best friends. I know how that goes. I'm wondering how this new wave is happening. Like, I have no idea what just happened. I almost don't want to hear because
Oh, shout out to Kevin Samuels.
Shout out to KS. Shout out to Godfather.
That's crazy.
it sure is. Okay, I'm quiet.
Now I'm just curious on sources. Yeah,
I'm super quiet.
that's wild.
Women hate Kevin Samuels.
No, they don't. They love them.
They love them. They're attracted to negativity.
No, it's not negativity.
Jesus Christ. Jesus.
It's not
I?
negativity. That's a whole nother show, man.
Did I? Yo, walk in a room and ignore the baddest chick, and I bet you she finds a way to talk to you throughout the night, bro.
Is that negative though?
It is for her.
Yeah.
Ignoring her. When attention is more important than bread, that's a negative thing for her.
I'll go with that.
Attention is a big drug, boy.
No, it is the drug.
Bro, it's
You could be a lawyer, but still gonna turn around and
I just heard the song.
God damn, like you done went to 8 years of
I'll let me when you're ready.
to show
I'll let me when you're ready. I'm never far. You got my math. I'm never far. Attention is the new currency, bro. Has been for quite some time.
Nah, 100%.
I've seen people fuck up big bags over attention because you needed to be seen. You needed everybody to know what you was doing. Attention is the new currency. Fuck up future money to do something right now on some attention shit. Seen it too many times. Too many of my clients.
Who do we blame for that?
Do we blame people?
Yeah, we
I
do.
don't think
Yeah,
I think it's always been. I think it's
you
been
can definitely
here.
blame people.
I think it's always been here.
It's been the game has been manipulated, and it's been manipulated to the point where now it's a standard.
What's the generation that raised? What's the generation that invented participation trophies?
That Y? That Generation Y?
It's either X, might have been.
Because when I was growing up, you won or you lost. It wasn't really no.
Right. So now
Yeah,
it's,
yeah.
it's
You
I
didn't
get
get
that.
points for showing up.
I get that.
Yeah, you won or you lost.
Like
It was-
my son played in this basketball tournament, Wagner, and his team won, but then I saw the other team lining up to get trophies. I was like,
But
Didn't they
I
lose?
mean, if it's a championship,
this? What is
I played in tournaments of the championship. I mean, of
it
course.
wasn't no championship, bro. It was one game. It was one game.
Were the
bro.
trophies the same
Then I
size?
would shut the
One
fuck
game
up.
for their ages.
Yeah.
They played, and then
Yeah, then I was.
everybody was getting trophies, and I was like, how does this motivate people to get better?
That's the
You know what I
generation.
mean? Like, how does this motivate? Like,
That's the generation
like
that started.
It's like that fake spare everyone's feelings type shit. Like everybody don't.
It's from
wanna
the
be
same
hurt.
place. It's from the, it all
don't
started
wanna
from the
be
same
hurt.
place. The generation that started participation trophies did so because they didn't want kids to feel hurt or bad or fuck with their self-esteem coming up. They felt like this was a delicate age and didn't want to fuck with anybody's self-esteem. The blowback on that is you cripple kids because they now feel that they're entitled to victory just because they want it, not because they deserve it. If you want it, we enforced that shit with a bunch of cliches. If you want it bad enough, you can do anything you want to do. That's a lie. That's a lie. And you can still get your ass whooped by somebody with God-given talent. But we don't factor that part in, right? So if you're coming up and you believe your whole life that you deserve it because you want it, and it's all about you, being self-centered becomes a skill, becomes a good what's a word for a good thing about yourself? It becomes an attribute. It becomes an attribute. So if being self-centered is an attribute, and I hand you a phone, and that phone makes you the star of your own reality show 24 hours a day, it's now all about you no matter what. That's where it comes from. That's why attention is more important than money. Because now you have a way to keep attention on yourself all the time. And of course, everything revolves around you, because if you want it, then you deserve it. Never mind if you don't have talent. Never mind if you didn't actually work hard. Never mind if you didn't actually win the fucking game. No, you want a trophy, you should get a trophy. Right. You want to be as famous as Beyonce, you should be as famous as Beyonce. And in your world, you're allowed to be. And this equals your world all the time. That's how that shit started. And that's
how do you navigate in a society like that?
The fucked up way that we're doing now. You got to break. Those people need to be broken. They're fucked up when they run into reality. Yeah.
Not to say the brother's broken, but y'all remember Bunk Gang?
Yep.
Whole lot of gang shit.
Yep.
You know he's a Christian rapper now, right? Y'all know that? Y'all haven't seen this? You didn't know that? Yo, don't laugh. It's not funny. Like, yo, support his Christian music, but whole lot of gang shit somehow led to that. You dig what I'm saying? Yeah, I would love to. I would love to find out how that transition even happened. But this is somebody who, from the outside looking in, you figure is looking for attention. They're walking in the stores doing stuff, whether it was set up or not, like, attention. I'm getting the attention from doing this. People are looking at me. They're paying attention. What is that movie with the killer where he kind of like locks somebody in a room, and if 1 million people look at the video, the guy dies?
What is that?
You know what I'm talking about, right? But like people wouldn't stop going to look at this guy locked in a room, like to see if he was actually gonna die. Like it's a warped world that we live in, bro.
It was like that in the Roman Empire. They used to come watch, lions tear people up. People fight to the death.
Right.
This isn't new. It's just our turn to see it.
But now there are people who are volunteering to be in the pit. That's the
Right.
difference. There are people who are and they don't
volunteering.
have to be.
Nah,
it was
it's a
one
fact.
thing when you were an ex-soldier and being in the pit meant that you earned your freedom because now you were a slave. You were captured by the Roman army. You go in the pit. You fight your way out. You win a couple fights in a row. They grant you your freedom. You get to leave. You become champion. You get to put your sword down and leave. Now people are volunteering to get in the pit because at the hopes that they win, everybody cheers them. Self-inflicted issues for attention because attention is the new currency. Freedom was the currency in the era you're talking about, but now attention is the new currency. They do it just for the likes.
Because there's so many people. I just did like a thought of the day about, I like a fat ass like anybody, but goddamn, do everybody got to twerk? Everybody twerking? Like it's just out the blue. All chicks are twerking? Majority?
Yeah, Explore page. You ever look at the Explore page?
Filthy.
The ratio of men to women on that is crazy.
It's not even fair.
It's crazy. It's not what I'm liking though.
It
It's
is.
just there.
It is.
Just cut it out, man.
It is. It's definitely that. The algorithm works. It's definitely that.
That's why they keep doing it though.
But that's the thing about algorithms. If you don't generate attention, nobody sees you anymore.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care how many followers you think you got. You think all of them are getting the alert that you just put up a picture?
Nope.
No. The algorithm is telling them, okay, let's release it to this amount of people. Okay, a lot of people interacted. Now let's show it to more people. Now let's show it to more people. Let's show it to more people. So if you're not able to generate attention amongst all the shit that's on Instagram, nigga, 10% of your followers is only gonna see what you're doing. So it's already set up like that. Like you have to go the extra mile to kind of get people's attention for anything that you're doing. So what do you do?
Attention is definitely currency for Instagram.
But that depends on you. That depends on what do you do? You don't, a lot of people is just trapped in the matrix. They just trapped in the matrix. You have to unplug. If you want to seek attention, then that's the thing you look for. You have to unplug from that.
Unless it's not worth it for you. Some people, that's all they want. Like some of these dudes just, come on, man. Criminals are on the gram. That's laughable.
That shit don't bug you out, son? That shit don't bug you out seeing niggas like...
laughable.
No. I take it even deeper than that.
That's crazy.
And I think you'll understand what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Big Meech. I love that BMF show. Shout out to 50 Cent.
Yeah,
Shout out to
fire.
Lil Meech. Yeah. Shout out to everybody involved in that. I love the story.
Fire.
But understand, the downfall was when it became public. The downfall was when he was in front of a camera saying, get you a bunch of guys that won't tell. You feel what I'm saying?
Hanging with Diddy, just being on camera. You're right.
I wouldn't say it wasn't just hanging with Diddy.
No, I'm just saying that. Not just hanging with Diddy, but that whole progression up to that when he became a star.
Right. Why?
Because attention is the new currency.
Again. So what do you do, bro? Like,
you got to be stronger-willed than that. You have to be stronger-willed than that. First of all, you got to figure out exactly what it is you want. It's the same thing I tell my clients. What kind of fame are you looking for? What kind of career do you want in this? Let's say they're rappers. What kind of career do you want? There's different levels. I want to be the illest nigga alive. You can do that in your living room. Nobody else needs to know that you're the illest nigga alive. Tell me what you really want. I want to be able to feed my family. That's one level. That's one level, and that's an attainable level. Is that as far as you want to go? Because all of these have blueprints, and they all start at a very specific spot, and they all go a very specific way. And when you start feeling like you need more niggas to know you, before you ready, you go this way. Shit goes left. You start figuring enough people don't know you, and you going, and enough people don't know you, you make a pop hit. You get out your lane, because this is the sound that's moving now, so here you go. Mm-hmm. What do you want to do? Tell me what kind of career you want, and I'll walk you to that career.
What advice would you give, Power?
Who?
To what, an artist?
Oh, yeah. I thought you meant the show. My bad.
Find something else to do. In this day and time, find something else to do. I think.
When is it time to quit for a rapper?
I don't think there should be a time to quit, because it's like how you got dudes that go to the park, play ball. They love to play ball. I owned a recording studio, 18 years? Who am I to tell you shouldn't come here and record your music?
Why? When you're getting paid from it?
No, forget that.
Rap till you're 85.
No, whoa. I had engineers. Now, who am I to tell you shouldn't do this? Right. That's like going to the park and telling you, yo, stop shooting jump shots. You ain't going to the league. It's what you love to do. So you love to rap, fine. I don't got to be there for that, though.
I don't think this is retirement age.
Yeah, I don't think it should be. I think you should do what you love to do, that you can support it as long as you want to do it.
Right. I agree.
You know, I remember I recorded this dude. He was from Pakistan. He's probably like 40-something. First time in the studio. His song was actually a hit. First time in the studio. He's in his 40s. He came with his kids. I think one of his There's no time. We the only ones that really put time limits or age.
That's a fact.
Ageism. You remember when Jim used to go, shout out Jimmy, we used to go, yo, you're old, you're 30.
Old head.
Now, you know what I mean?
Right.
Now, you salt and your pepper, you still want to get the same. You know what I'm saying? We the only people that do that to ourselves. You know what I mean? Right. Put the age thing on it. Oh, y'all niggas old niggas. Wow.
I don't care. I don't give a flying fuck, nigga.
Now.
I'm 48.
Now.
And I'd be 49 in 16 more days. And you can't tell me I'm still not the nicest motherfucker that walked on this planet.
And that's how I think it should be.
Like,
and that's how it should be. As long as he want to do it, he should be able to.
Right. Right.
It's a different thing when you're trying to compete in a market.
Yeah, but that's gonna show
different. That ain't got nothing to do with
that's gonna show itself.
Right. He's right.
I don't gotta do nothing about that. Your drive is gonna show how far you're gonna get.
He's right.
You know what I mean?
But when it comes to ageism, we're the only ones. Rock dudes don't do that.
Yeah.
Nobody ever tells Keith Richards to hang it up.
John Bon Jovi to stop going on tour.
Right. What's homeboy who bit the head? What's homie who bit the head off the chicken? Ozzy. Don't nobody tell that man to sit down. Yeah, he's
Ozzy can barely walk.
He can barely know when he has
He
breakfast.
can barely walk.
Yo,
but he's still on tour.
What's the son's name? Mick Jagger. You ever seen him rehearse? He's legit in a studio with the big ass mirrors, a real studio, doing his dance moves like to his music. And he's going hard. He's sweating and shit, but he's in all them little funky dance moves he been doing for the last 50, 60 years. Son is still tearing it down. Nobody ever jumps in his comments and say, yo, you need to sit your old ass down. What the fuck is you doing?
And he shouldn't.
And he'll go on tour and bust niggas' asses. I've seen the numbers. I've seen what the Rolling Stones do when they come out the house. That shit is embarrassing.
Yeah.
It's embarrassing. Our top tier niggas, our top tier youngest gun, newest, hottest, freshest, the Rolling Stones come outside and it's quiet. It's not even, if the Rolling Stones had our money, them niggas would kill themselves. If they grossed that for a tour, they'd be pissed. We the only ones who do that shit. And I don't understand why Big Daddy Kane and KRS-One can't get the same kind of love that Mick Jagger and Bon Jovi get.
That's marketing.
Stop that shit.
That's marketing.
Stop that shit. Stop that shit. Motherfucker nice, he nice.
Period.
Stop that shit. Stop that shit. This gap and this separation, well, one, it don't help the younger artists because they're not educated on the deals and the situations they walking into because they don't got no old heads telling them. You know, they tried that with me too. You need to do this and do this, do that, da da da. And then you know you got the older heads just like fighting against the younger generation, telling them like, y'all can't rap, y'all can't do this here. Stop that shit, man. Stop that shit. Nigga, nice, he's nice. You can make some shit that's good and people like it.
Even if you're not nice,
Keep
if he's
doing that
entertaining, let him rock, man. At one point, we was going hip, hop, hip. Nobody was nice. You know what I mean?
But we evolved from
No, we evolved, but look at what we evolved for. Right. At one point, remember, MC was master of ceremony. That means you knew how to control the climate of the party. That was your job. Everybody on the left. You know what I mean? Nobody was nice lyrically. Right. We didn't get that till maybe Rakim and those dudes late 80s.
I don't know about that.
Kool Moe D
was nice.
But again, that was the situation.
Right. Melly Mel
but
was
there was
supposed
few
to be nice.
and far in between.
Yeah.
Right.
No one was nice.
The goalposts moved as we evolved.
Right.
This
90s
was nice
is
then.
where
This is nice
people
then.
became nice. Late 80s to early 90s are when we was like, wow, he really could do lyrical, something that wasn't just
magic, right?
And the chicken tastes like wood. You know what I mean? Like you could do better than that.
I say after the Run DMC era into the Rakim era, I say he was one.
Right, late 80s to the early
KRS
90s.
One,
That's what they call
right.
the golden era. That's where we really saw
to the early 90s?
Yeah, late 80s to
whenever Cool G rap showed up.
Late 80s.
That's when it flipped.
But
yes,
I mean,
that's when it flipped. Late 80s, early 90s.
LL was supposed to be lyrical, as you know. When
He was.
Yeah, he was good.
He was.
Yeah.
Especially for his time period.
Great projection.
Good. Right.
Yeah.
Right.
He had stage presence, all the things that make a star. Stage presence.
Charismatic as shit.
Yeah.
And I'm hearing that he's working on some shit right now.
He should be.
Dead.
He should be allowed to do it for as long as he can.
Yo, how old is he? Is he still? It's crazy. Yeah, he still got it.
Imagine what dudes like Bobby Brown would be minus like the drugs and shit. You know who he'd be right now? Bobby was probably one of the illest to ever do R&B.
See, now when you say Bobby Brown minus the drugs,
bro, you remember Bobby Brown?
Just be real, my nigga.
You know who Bobby Brown was?
No, I understand what you're saying.
What?
But if you watch the series, the New Edition joint, then you understand.
Right.
You got Bobby Brown
Because
and
of
the drugs to get to where he
it was a package deal.
Like, how many people was like, yo,
but that was street life, though.
Lil Wayne don't do drugs no more, cause I ain't really feeling the, you know what I'm saying? Like, motherfuckers really doing some, yeah, I don't know, son. I don't know, you know what I mean? Like, Bobby, that was,
cause we had a lot of superstars
that was a part of that.
Cause it's hard being Bobby Brown to be Bobby then, you gotta be Bobby now.
Yeah, facts. Facts.
If you didn't think
I'm sorry, I'd like to see him tour like how you see, like you said, Rolling Stones and all those dudes.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
He was really that.
Bro, me and you was on the same page.
He was really that.
Me and you was on the exact same page.
Until I'll give Chris Brown or somebody who had that.
Close,
right,
Usher.
but he was really that. He rapped 30 bars on records. He didn't get features. Bobby Brown would do the song, rap it, and then sing again.
Yeah. Facts.
And dance the whole fucking time. He didn't go to who was cool and no, he was cool.
Facts.
And do that.
Dance,
There's
rap,
not a lot
sing.
of. Yeah, he was that.
He was the promo song for Ghostbusters 2. That was huge for me.
How about
as
that?
a kid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right,
I was bumping that shit the other day on Halloween.
For no reason, just.
I was hype off that shit. That shit was fire to me.
You see how he made that too in the tour bus? You see this movie in the tour bus, how he made that verse?
Nah.
With his man? Yeah, you gotta watch that. It's hilarious.
Crazy. But yeah, the drugs go hand in hand, unfortunately, right? Because without the drugs, we don't get like great Eminem albums.
Yeah.
We still have Rick James though.
Parliament Funkadelic.
All right.
We'd still have Rick James though.
What's up with that? Because I know as an engineer, I know you be in the studio, artists come in, every now and then you catch somebody or
no, actually that was my first introduction to lean, being in the studio. I used to record some dudes and I was like, yo, y'all take a lot of drugs. Like y'all smoking weed, y'all drinking liquor, y'all drinking syrup. Like how the fuck do y'all even everything? Like y'all doing everything. How does this even work? You know what I mean? But I saw how it worked. It don't really.
Yeah, poorly.
No, for real. People will see such a small part of the studio shit. Like, oh yeah, they getting high, so we got to get high and be in the studio. Truth be told, the dudes who don't really get high that much. Your idols, your 50 Cents, your Drakes, they don't even do all that. They go to the studio and really be working.
I remember reading up on 50.
They don't really. They
hearing
don't.
that he doesn't smoke weed. And then remembering how many times I played that, I get high all the time. I smoke that good shit. I'm like,
2 pulls maybe.
Scared me.
I don't know why would that scare you when so many people throw gun balls out there and they never shot nobody.
I mean,
And
that's
then that
it's battle
just
rap.
happened.
So they think that that's a format now. It
Right.
started off
Right,
with
gun
motherfuckers
balls.
saying,
Yeah, gun balls.
yeah, I really do this.
Right.
But then after a while, it's like, motherfuckers love that a nigga said that. They forget that he really did that. And they just like the way it sounds, so they pick it up.
And we've come full circle.
Yeah.
We just came all the way back to the
Right
beginning of the
back.
conversation.
So my name is Shea Davis and my
Guns go bland. Historic.
Historic.
Full circle.
Well, I gotta commend 50, the way that he was able to revamp himself, and now he's selling basically the lifestyle that he was rapping about. He's finding the stories and putting them out there. And for him, he said, for me, like people weren't connected with the music anymore because they know I'm rich. I don't gotta struggle. I don't gotta rob niggas. I don't gotta hustle. I don't gotta do anything like that. But now, these series, these movie situations, they're like albums for me. And that's what pushes him to keep going. And to hear you saying, you get in the film, I'm looking forward to it.
Thanks.
I'm looking
Oh,
forward
it's
to
coming.
it.
It's definitely coming.
Illa G,
New York Minute. I do a series.
New York Minute.
2 seasons.
You ain't never
in.
called me though, man. I'm like the best actor out here, bro. I'm like Denzel Undiscovered, my nigga. Dead ass. You did it when?
You in like a thousand. You in like a thousand web series.
Nigga, I was on Stars, Libro, all that shit. Budget was 5,000. Niggas still threw it on there.
Do it.
Word. We had a scene in the movie. I don't know if you noticed. If you got Rap War 1. Yo, we shot one scene during the winter time, and the audio was messed up, so we had to shoot it again. But it was the springtime by the time they realized that.
Oh, shit.
So I'm walking through the snow, I get in the car, we drive off, and then you're seeing like green leaves all over the place in the joint. I don't know if anybody picked up on that, but yeah.
I mean,
so
I had to
much
deal
that.
with that. A certain actor, turns out son was like a real actor. In fact, he was on Power. He died on my show and Power in the same week. And like he
Worst
was like,
week ever.
He was like, yo, can you shoot me out this whole weekend because he had an opportunity or so on and so forth. And we shot that shit in the wintertime. And at that time I didn't know about cropping and all that other shit.
Yeah.
And the shit, cause I shot his shit all weekend and it was winter, the shit was jumping from summer to winter.
The winter.
Yeah. So I mean, in the re-edits, I think I did a lot better with the re-edits because I learned about cropping.
Yeah.
And I cropped the shit out of everything. So you don't see the snow on the ground, but you can tell by the jackets. But yeah, I understand that. Yeah.
It happens.
Continuity is hard as a motherfucker.
Film is the goal. Music and film is the goal. Powell, what you got going?
Documentary. We're doing a documentary. Me and my brother Zaire. You know Zaire.
Of course. The Amazing Zaire.
Yeah, the Amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do.
Ask him about. Did you ask him about it?
No, I'm not asking him about that.
Yo, bro, he's a whole.
I don't know.
He's a whole gymnast. What is gymnastics?
No, not gymnastic. What is it?
Yeah, gymnast.
Is it gymnast?
Yeah, he just did trampolines, tightrope. All
But
that.
he's one of the few dudes that was there in that era that we talked about that DVD, that part of hip hop, because
Right.
that there's a story that lies there that's really untold virtually. You know what I mean? Because that was our BET. Like, you know what I mean? Like seeing somebody with a DVD was like, he might as well have been on TV. I remember driving around with Smack and we have 20,000 DVDs in the truck. You know what I mean? Or going on the road or flying to go meet R. Kelly right after he gets maced at the Garden. Like we literally, me, him, and Beasley flew to Chicago like 2 days later to interview R. Kelly. You know what I mean?
Wow.
They put a cease and desist on that footage, but that's the only reason why I never dropped.
Still got it? You still got it?
Yeah, I got the pictures. I got the stills and some video.
He's kind of tied up right now.
I use him as an example. Man, I forgot. R.
Let me
Kelly's
see,
probably the wrong
that's
example to
messed up.
use
That's
right
messed
now.
up.
But who was getting close to R. Kelly in 2006?
Right.
Or being on satellite radio with Eminem in 2005? Like it wasn't a lot of dudes.
Right.
Like we were where nobody was.
Right.
Literally, we were literally where nobody was. Like, you remember? We'd be out in Akon and just come up to Shea and be like, "Oh, Shea, what's?" You know what I mean? So it was. Now we got the internet, but we were getting hundreds of thousands of views before anybody had hundreds of thousands of views, millions of views on cable TV and things like that. Like, so we were where nobody was without knowing what we were really doing.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like we was talking about that outside before the show. We didn't know
Didn't know what you had.
We had no idea.
No, I know people,
we just had what we had.
I know people that was making close to $1 million off of the shit that motherfuckers was throwing on DVDs out of state.
Right. Yeah. And we would go there. We would go to Atlanta and you'd
be
be
like, how did
famous.
our
You go
shit-
to Miami and you're famous and you've never been to Miami before.
But your DVDs are
But
there.
the DVDs were there.
And you didn't send them.
Yeah, I'll tell you a funny story over here. One time, me and Smack went to 125th because we heard somebody was bootlegging Smack 1. It's hilarious. I ain't gonna tell you that story now. But
What happened?
I ain't gonna tell you that story.
Tell me. I share a story.
Yeah, I know. After the camera's over, we talk about that.
All right, yo, Rap War 1. That shit came out. I was walking down 125th Street. Who was I? I ran into Mickey Fax. Mickey, you know, he's talking some lyrical shit. I'm like, all right, yo, hold on, son. I was like, yo, that's my shit. Thank you.
We used to do that on Jamaica Ave
How much
all the
money
time.
you made off of this?
Yeah.
And I walked down just collecting all the DVDs.
All the DVDs, yeah.
But I should have just left it.
Yeah.
Because the promo for
The
that
promo,
shit,
exactly.
priceless.
We used to do that regularly.
priceless.
Jamaica Ave, going place, taking bootlegs. It got too big. It was like, what are you doing? Let them have them.
Shout out to bootleggers. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. All right? I'm sorry.
They kicked over a lot of CD stands and DVD off of shelves and
For
all
nothing.
that. Yeah.
Motherfuckers
For what we
promoting you.
thought. It felt like they were stealing from us back then.
Right.
It's like you was directly stealing from us because we literally had DVDs for sale. So you're stealing.
Right.
But
Crazy.
it's an
Meanwhile,
uphill
it was
battle.
like fighting your marketing team.
Right. right.
Basically beating up your marketing
Marketing
team.
Yeah,
Yeah.
basically. Yeah.
Fuck you advertising me for?
What was the craziest smack story y'all got?
R. Kelly tour bus, that one. That was kind of crazy.
R. Kelly
Like we
tour
literally,
bus?
no, we were, we literally flew out to Chicago right after. Now, R. Kelly used to do two things every day: play basketball and box.
That's it?
Well, whoa,
Jesus
that's all
Christ.
we saw. That's all we saw. That's all I can tell you.
So you was on a tour bus, right?
100%. Shout out to Smack. Shout out to
You ain't never-
Shout out to your man Beasley.
Nope.
too.
You ain't never...
Here it comes. Nope. No.
You
No.
never-
Negative. No. But I definitely watched them play at the Boys and Girls Club with them niggas from Cabrini Greens.
God, stop.
Literally.
Stop.
You seen it? Pause.
Stop.
That was kind of crazy.
Yeah, it was, but it was what it was, man.
I'm looking right at you. Stop.
He said boys and girls.
I know. Yeah.
Boys and Girls
He said R. Kelly.
These are facts.
Then he
I
said
don't know.
boys
Dude,
and
you-
girls.
you going
It's
the
what
wrong
it
way.
is.
I ain't never like to pass the ball.
Nah, he got the ugliest jump shot ever, but it goes in. It goes in.
It goes in.
We
Wow.
was in there Chicago like 11 p.m.
Yeah.
He's playing ball. He's like, what up, Smack? Yo, Smack, what up, yo? He like, on that. You be like, God damn, this nigga really be playing ball. Talking shit. He was probably one of the most least Hollywood people we ever, you know what I mean?
R. Kelly.
Yeah, it's like a regular nigga from the hood. It's weird. He's R. Kelly.
Yo.
I heard about his like hands.
He was talking hella shit though, I ain't gonna lie. Project niggas. He a rich nigga talking to project niggas, mad shit. You got niggas pay y'all bills? Crossing niggas like, wow, he's talking greasy. You know what I mean? I never forgot that shit. So we in the gym like, this is R. Kelly.
Kelly? Crazy.
You know what I'm saying? They playing
Yeah.
pickup ball, like a pickup game of basketball, late night. Like this is different.
Listen, I'm not trying to. I'm not with the convict people before they.
Yeah, you
actually
and you
convicted
can't erase
shit.
what they did. What they did is
Yeah,
what
you
they
can't.
did. You can't erase that. It's what it is.
That's a fact.
That goes for the good and the bad.
Good and the bad, yeah, you can't erase it. Yeah. There's a bunch of them. Shay can tell you a couple. It's a bunch of stories.
Yeah?
There's a lot of them though. No,
Gotta
he's
say
running
that.
around. He's running around with BMF on them too.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's
No, I spoke about that earlier. I don't think y'all caught on though.
Yeah, you did.
running around with
I
them
met
too.
Meech twice.
Yeah, I met him a few times. We hung out. Them niggas, I ain't know they was up like that. They used to have regular white T-shirts on in the club. Go outside, a whole bunch of Lambos, man.
Lambos, Phantoms, all types
Mad
of stuff.
bottles, all the celebrities around them.
Good dude though.
Yeah.
Good dude.
I ain't gonna lie, Meech good dude.
I've heard that from like a million people. From Atlanta
man.
to Detroit, Chicago, or
What is that? Is that line from American Gangster? Remember that scene in American Gangster where his wife talked Denzel into going to the fight with the big coat on?
Yeah, and he threw the coat in the
And
fire.
got his picture taken and got pissed off. It's always attention. Attention, bro.
That's a fact.
Attention. Vanity is one of the 7 deadly sins.
Yeah, he was on that camera too.
I say that's probably the difference between black organized crime and the mob. It just never seemed like the mob wanted to be famous. You dig what I'm saying?
Certain people.
That's what John Gotti brought to the mob.
John Gotti, that's why a lot
He-
of
he
people
was
wasn't
a-
That was the
Teflon.
first.
Flamboyant.
Yes, Teflon
Right.
Don. He's on the
Yeah,
paper every day.
But the thing is, when you talk to and this is my investigative journalism side, when you talk to the people who were around at that time, they knew that when John was first started getting on it was like the clock's ticking. Like that's it. He's like the clock's, start making your exit strategy. He's not gonna last that much longer. Like the feds are almost,
loud.
they're almost undefeated when it comes to this level of fame on a criminal. If you do get out, we don't hear those stories. You dig what I'm saying? Like, but a lot of people
What's the
will
Fed's
tell you.
conviction rate? Like 98%
Yeah, something
or
crazy.
something ridiculous, 95%.
A lot of people will tell you, like, when in those days when he was in the paper, they were like, start the clock. Like, start the clock. It's a countdown.
Once you make the papers.
It's a countdown. It's too late. You're too far. Like you're too much in attention, vanity.
Put you up there to make an example out of you.
Now they gotta get you. Now they have to get you. They can't let you keep walking around in $5,000 suits and $8,000 shoes and jumping into cars that cost as much as their yearly salaries. They can't. They can't.
They didn't start with John Gotti then. It started with Al Capone.
They got him on tax evasion. They got him for not paying his taxes. My father used to say, anything in this country is legal if you can pay for it. You just have to be able to pay for it. You can do whatever you want. It's all legal if you can pay for it. You just have to be able to pay for it.
A lot of people don't know it's 2 ways to do time. For us that don't have the money, you go to jail. Everybody else, they pay for their shit.
You see a millionaire in jail, he's the most guilty because he had the money to fight it.
Why Blue Da Vinci be coming at 50 like that over being that?
I have no idea.
Grand opening, grand closing.
But I said in the song recently, I was like, that's why I'm racing towards the money from here out. 'Cause I ain't never see a billionaire on trial. Anybody?
Facts.
No? It's a good line. I'm keeping it.
Madoff? Was Madoff?
I was just about to. No,
No,
he
he
wasn't
stole
a
it.
billionaire.
He wasn't a billionaire.
He wasn't a billion.
He sure enough stole some billions though.
All right.
Ain't Jay going to court now?
Mecca, anything you want to promote?
Oh, sure. Shout out
Ain't
to
Jay
Viper.
going to court now?
Who?
What?
Jay-Z?
With
Ain't he
Dan?
going to court?
With Dan?
No, perfume shit or some shit?
Perfume company?
That sounds light. Shout out to Viper Records. Shout out to the Combine doing their thing. Cold Day in Hell about to drop with Head Ice. Salute to y'all. And Mechanism Monday, every Monday.
We gonna talk.
Check me out in Queens, Burgers, Tacos, Wings. We open a vegan spot right here in Frederick Douglass. And the DVD Ever documentary dropping real soon.
What's gonna be the name of the vegan spot?
It's up in the air. We still throwing some things around. Yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
Because we believe in colors and all that matches.
I'm pulling up when it's
Please do,
ready.
please
I'm pulling
do.
up.
Word.
141st 8th Avenue, Frederick Douglass.
No, I'm gonna get you the man. I'm pulling up.
Yeah.
I'm gonna beat it.
Thanks for having me, brother.
You're all ready, bro. Come on, man. Come back anytime. Ella.
Right. Right now, Vocabulary Hercules is out. Illogy.net, Illogy TV. Check out the web series New York Minute. And I got other 2 series called The Beautiful Lie. I talk about my street things and what I learned from them. And I got Rhyme and Reason, where I break down, project titles and songs, because I'm known for crazy ass titles, so I break all that shit down.
Give us 3 crazy titles.
Angel Dust and Waffles.
Well, that's one.
That's definitely one.
That's one.
Angel Dust and Waffles, Fried Apple Juice. Sway Cigarettes.
What the fuck?
Wait,
I'm
Sway
tuning in.
Cigarettes.
I'm
The
with
next
that.
one I'm working on now is Oatmeal Soda.
Crazy.
Ugh.
My name's Shea Davis and my gun go blam. Bro, I want to thank you
Yeah,
coming through,
definitely. Yeah, thank you
sharing your
too.
story. I know there's a lot of people that's gonna watch this and they're gonna be like, yo, I feel more connected, and they're gonna be looking for anything that you got to put out.
Yeah,
Where do the
definitely.
people find you?
Find me on Instagram, Shea Davis OTF. Facebook, Shea Punch Davis. You know what I'm saying? Twitter, Shea Punch Davis too. Free Deep Home, free my done Deep Home, my little brother Mikey. He'll be home soon. Shea Davis story dropping. You know what I mean? That's gonna be the movie. Like you said, we working on a documentary about how this DVD thing came about.
Right.
Movie, shout out to True Visions. You know what I'm saying?
That's
Just follow me up, man. We gonna see everything take place. Man,
Appreciate you, bro.
definitely, boy.
We out.
It's Hoffa, trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars, I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work, you heard. Making fiends leave earth, you heard. Got your baby mama thirst, you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf, you heard.